Right, that's it. I think we are
live.
We're live. So, yeah, welcome back to another live stream here on the MCM Outdoors channel. It's been around, 8-9 months since we've done the last one?
Yeah.
Is it that long? Jeez.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So, as you can see, just getting shot there, joined by my good mate, Ant from Survive the Night.
Hi.
And Tony from The Outdoors with Tony Noble.
Hello, everybody.
And hopefully we've got no script for this whatsoever. So it could be absolutely catastrophic.
They're the best ones, aren't they?
Yeah. We've just decided to do it at the very last minute. I've got a couple of bits I want to talk about a little bit later on. We've got a quiz. We haven't scripted in a scary story on this occasion. So we're relying on a lot of questions in the feeds from you guys. So, yeah, it's good to be back. Ant, how's it going?
Not bad, mate. Not bad at all. Yeah, it's has it been so long? 9 months. Jeez, where's that gone?
Yeah, it's been a while. You've just got back from a camp, haven't you, Ant, in a new tent? Tell us a little bit about that, mate, and what's it for?
Yeah, it's well, it was going to be for the canoe trip, but it's what's it called? It's a bit too big for the canoe trip. Here's Arch.
Hello, buddy.
Yeah, a bit too big
Archie
for that.
Noble.
Yeah.
You're streaming live there, Archie.
That's
Nice.
That chocolate for me. Well done, buddy. Thank you, mate.
Chocolate.
Thanks,
Excellent.
A tray of dips and a tray of chocolate.
These are
Unbelievable.
my afters.
You're well looked after, you, Tony, mate.
Come on, bring it on. That's Archie the fisherman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but Ant,
yeah.
tell us about what you've got that tent for, mate, and it's good cause coming up. So, yeah.
So the tent is a hot tent, which is going to be used through the summer months as well. That's probably this video that I filmed last night today is going to probably be the last hot tent because the weather is getting better. We're in spring now, guys.
Thank God for that.
So lighter nights, that's from next week, I think, or is it the week after?
Something like that, mate. Yeah.
Something like that. So it was meant to be for the canoe trip, what we've got planned in May, which is another charity canoe trip, and we're going to be doing it for cancer research this time. And there was how many of us were there? I think there was about 12 of us this time, but unfortunately, SA has had to drop out. He's got family commitments, so he can't make it, which is very sad because I really wanted to meet him.
Yeah,
he's a guy from Argentina, and he does a heck of a lot of solo canoe trips. And believe it or not, he actually donated £1,000 to the charity, which is absolutely
brilliant, that, mate. Yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to meet SA on this trip, but I'm sure he'll be up for one next year, possibly. Me and Rick have been chatting, actually, lads, and next year, this is hot off the press, and just for the live shows, next year it's going to feature these two are with me tonight.
Oh God, here we go. What's
The plan is to canoe in, stash the canoes, and then you know where we're going. We're going to Sullivan, yeah.
Oh, get it on.
Yeah.
So that's the plan next year if you two are up for it. So yeah,
I'm up for that, mate. I'll say yes now. There you go. Yes, live on air.
I'm not allowed in a canoe with you, Ant, to be honest.
So yeah, that's going to be next year's canoe trip, but we don't know. We've not decided, or to be honest with you, we'll all get our heads together and we'll pick a charity together and see what's what.
Sounds good to me, mate. Sounds good.
Yeah, that's going to be next year. This year we're going to be doing. Oh my gosh, what is it? The bloody hell. Loch Shield circuit, which is another 5-dayer.
Yeah.
Not as long I know it is a 5-day, but it's not as long as what we did the Great Glen Canoe one. It's basically dropping in on Loch Shield. The lock, you guys will probably know it. You can zip over after our live stream and have a look at Highlander. It features in Highlander. It's where the Clan MacLeod was based. They were on Loch Shield. So yeah, it shows him and oh my gosh, what's James Bond called? Sean Connery in a canoe. Believe it or not, in a canoe talking about it.
What's the name of the castle?
Loch Shield. Ain't got a clue. It's probably
Tony. You know it, don't you? Is it Ellen? Tony, what's the name of the castle that in Highlander on the loch? I'm not going to try and pronounce it.
That's where I was.
Come on, man.
There we go. Ellen Doone, Doonan Castle. That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice one.
Eileen Doonan. Benny's been taking the mick out of my pronunciations of piezo igniters.
Look out, you're eating.
He takes the piss out of everything. The first bad word. We can say the odd swear word, can't we? It's not like YouTube, is it really? It's 8 o'clock kind of thing. But yeah, piezo. I'll just say that. Piezo igniter. I don't know. But yeah. So for anyone new to this live stream, we have a loose format kind of thing. It's not just completely random. So we kind of just have a little bit of an introduction for anyone new, sort of introduce who we are. And then Ant has done one of his fabled camping quizzes. We've got a camping quiz. It's quite secretive, this one. He hasn't told me what the questions or the theme is, although it is camping oriented. And well, he said it was a camping quiz. Oh. We'll see anyway. And then and then questions. We'll after the quiz, we're going to do the quiz next. And then save your questions. I've got a couple on Instagram. If anyone wants to type it on Instagram now, send it to me. I've obviously got my phone on me and I'll look at that likewise. Anyone that's here from either Ant or Tony's channels, send them a quick message or a DM on Instagram and they will be able to, they've got the phones with them and they'll have access to it and sight of it and they'll be able to get back to you for your questions. So the good thing about these lives is they're only as good as the interaction. So if we can just ask everyone who's good enough to tune in, let's keep it as interactive as we can. It's interesting for you guys and it's interesting for us. And it's great having an audience on YouTube. We feel very privileged in that respect. We don't always get the chance to, other than replying to comments, which is pretty static, to interact on occasions like this. So let's make the most of this live session and have a good one. So I think, Hans, we should get stuck into the quiz.
Are we doing the quiz?
Because we're so professional, we prepared a banner. And you will now see, if you look to the bottom of your screen, it says quiz time because it's quiz time. And we're going to hand over to the quiz master extraordinaire, Mr. Ant Survive the Night.
I want some music. Put some music on, Chris.
Hang on a minute. Let me just try and...
This is the update.
An added feature. I'm going to go with rock.
Oh, yeah. I should have brought my guitar in.
Mate, go out and come back in again to the music, mate. Like boxing the match.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute.
Wait. Here he comes.
Where you go?
Come on, Andy.
Come on.
He's gone. He's back.
That's all you get in.
Excellent. So that was nice and smooth, mate. I like that. Well done. Benny. Sounds like a porno soundtrack. Oh, God.
Perfect.
Benny. By the way, I get a few comments about my attire. I'm not putting my heating on. I live on my own. And I'm not paying EDF loads of money every month. So that's why I've got a down gilet on and a hat. There you go. Put that to bed. Ant.
Over to me, yeah.
The quiz. Let us know in the comments. Ant's going to read out the questions. We'll give it a minute or so per question. Yeah, we'll give it a minute or so per question. And then if you guys answer in the comments, Phil, why you're wearing a hat in the house, I've just explained. So you guys, if you answer in the comments below, and I'm going to shut up.
Off we go. Right, okay. Welcome to the Great Outdoors Quiz, guys. And this is round 1, and it's a general knowledge. Okay, we're ready? There's 10 questions in this one. Right, which country is home to the... Oh, actually, no. You know what? That question, we've already done that. Actually, no. Have we already done that?
It was 8 months ago, mate. You don't remember it anyway.
Mate, have you not prepared for this?
No, I have prepared. This is a different quiz.
Right.
This is a different quiz.
Donna, we like it in the dark. Donna wants more.
just
Put the
have
big
a
light
see.
on. Yeah.
Let me just have a look, because we might have done this.
Oh my God.
No, we've
Someone
not.
Google a quiz.
I don't think we have.
Jesus Christ. Here we
No,
go.
I don't think we have. I don't think we have.
Question 1, and we've got issues.
We're jumping
Right at
over.
the end of the live. Thanks for tuning in.
We're jumping over to question 3. I don't think we've had this one. Who was the first British explorer to reach the South Pole?
South.
Yeah.
Ooh. Say it again, mate, because I was...
See, we've not had this one. So
No.
This is a different quiz, guys. I suppose you could only have so many bloody questions on an outdoor quiz. Yeah,
No.
before it kind of clashes. Who was the first British explorer to reach the South Pole?
I reckon it's Ernest Shackleton.
Yeah, I'll give it 30 seconds. Tony?
Well, you haven't Noble. Ooh.
Who?
Scott.
Okay.
Scott who?
Bruce Forsyth.
Boris Johnson.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Tony Noble, Mark's saying.
Ooh, Tony Noble.
Wow.
I'm old. I'm not quite that old.
So we've had a few there. Bruce Forsyth, Shackleton, Buzz Aldrin. Shout out Craig.
Jack Sparrow.
Go for Noble.
Sever.
Noble, have you been south of the equator?
I'm not sure. I have to be honest. I'm not sure.
There you go.
Unless Gran Canaria suddenly moved. That's about as far south I got.
It's around the equatorial region.
It's around there somewhere.
Yeah.
Well,
Mr.
are we ready,
Bobby,
guys?
right.
Are we ready?
Go on, get on it.
So, the first British explorer to reach the South Pole, Tony, was correct. And a few others as well. Let's have a see. Jacqueline got it. Angry Camping, yeah.
Who was it then?
He was camping there.
Yeah, it was Robert Falcon Scott. What a name that is. That is a mint name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Falcon.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. Well done to you guys who got it correct. And yeah, let's go on to question 4 now. Actually, no, let's go to question 2 and see if we've done this one. On an OS map, what do the letters CG represent?
We haven't done that, mate. CG. Say it again, mate, for viewers.
So, on an OS map, what do the letters CG represent? Oh, we've got some new comments. It's telling me.
Joey Westside, we can't read this out. Look.
Oh, God.
CD. I thought you said CG.
CD. No, CG. CG, yeah.
Oh, Christ. Oh, my God. Yeah. There's some cracking suggestions here, but chili gonads. Mate, I have to say, I don't know. Oh, I do know. I do know. We know that. We've walked across them plenty of times, taking care. Across a gate. What do they stop walking out while walking out of like boundaries?
Camping gals.
And they've got udders.
Udders.
Cattle grid. It's a cattle grid, mate. I'm going with cattle
grid.
Are
you sure?
What are you saying?
Is that your final answer?
It's either Cattle Grid or Gonads or something. It's a toss up between them two, mate.
Well, yeah, you're right. Cattle Grid.
Cattle Grid.
Oh,
Yeah, Cattle Grid.
love it.
Let's try number one. Let's try it, but I'm sure we've had this one. Which county is the home to the highest pub in Britain? We have had that one.
Yorkshire.
Yeah. Do you know the name of the pub?
Tennington.
It's in Shap.
Extra points.
Tennington.
Oh,
Tennington.
Oh no, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. What is the name of the world famous prehistoric monument in? Get your answers ready. Wiltshire, England.
Come on, answers in the comments. Know that one, don't we?
Don't say it, boys. If you know it, let them have time. Let them have time, and then I'll ask either of you.
Oh, I've got a nice question here from a mate in Parlour on Trail. If you're desperate, put your question there, and we'll scroll up as well to pick a few out. But I've just starred that one. There's a feature you can put a little star on it. What's popping up here?
Oh man!
Oh,
okay.
Nick's on the ale in his tent there. Nick.
Nice.
He's out on a camp using his data up. A worthy cause.
Yeah, good stuff.
Right.
Where are you, Nick? Where'd you camp? Is there any chance you can give us the details?
Yeah. Drop the grid ref live
you
now.
Tell us exactly where it is and take us up there and then let us sell.
Right. Noble, drop your answer for this one.
Well, I'm going with Stonehenge.
Yeah, it's got to be on it.
Stonehenge?
Yeah.
Stonehenge. Yeah.
Is that correct?
Okay, yeah, it is correct. Give yourselves a pat on the back and a shiny. Those of you who have kids, you'll probably know what I mean. The shiny show, maybe. I don't know. Right, here we go. Right, question 5. Which popular outdoor activity is shortened down to the letters
Dog.
MTB? Dog. MTB.
What?
I couldn't help it.
So hard work. Oh God.
Joey's on it. Joey's down to our level anyway. I love it. Right to the level of us.
I would tell you, but I'm not asked the level. Right, that's fair enough then. Yeah.
MTB, yeah.
Yeah.
Brimmers has got it.
Are we ready?
Jacqueline Beck, Phil Evans, Lee
Pretty
Doxey,
much.
Wiltshire
Pretty
Womble,
much.
Donna. Yeah.
Quad biking. Yeah, mountain biking.
Yeah.
Well done, guys. Which of the following you are?
Tough one, that.
Yeah. Which of the following is the name of the product associated with camping? Right. Oh, I think we have had this one. Handprint, fingerprint, or footprint?
Mate, where are you getting these questions from? Fingerprint.
Yeah. I think we can move off that one, can't we? We all know that one. We all know that one. Footprint. Yeah. Right. Which popular outdoor brands? No, we've had that one. I think I've shown that one up. Yeah. No, I've lifted it up, Anna. It was actually showing the brand names. So we'll pass on that. True or false? Bouldering is a type of rock climbing which involves using a rope and a safety harness. So true or false, bouldering is a type of rock climbing that involves using a rope and a safety harness.
I'm going to go straight with that, mate. It's false because you don't use any safety equipment, do they? You know,
is that what you think?
Low. No, well, yeah, it's guaranteed. Yeah, they just stay low level, mate, and just traverse.
So it's like scrambling, would you say?
Yeah, well, ish. Yeah, because you're not really going high. You're not gaining loads of height. You're just going sort of horizontally across the rocks.
Oh,
So
right. Is that what it is?
Yeah, they do all that, brimming rocks.
Okay.
So that's nice. I can't do it, mate.
Yeah, so we're going false, are we?
Chris Monk. Look at his answer. Yeah, false, mate. False.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's false. Bouldering involves climbing without ropes. Well done. I wouldn't have known that. Which UK city has more canals than Venice?
Manchester.
Birmingham.
Hull.
So which city has more canals than Venice?
I reckon Manchester.
Yeah.
Well, I think Manchester. I don't know. No one else has answered.
Oh, Manchester,
Chris
York.
Monk, York.
Birmingham.
Wilton. Yeah, Birmingham, Manchester. Birmingham. Oof, well, Bearsco.
Wigan.
Yeah, well, we're kind of centered around Birmingham and Manchester, aren't we?
I've travelled down the Wigan Canal.
How did you find it?
Rough as toast. Sorry, guys, if you live in Wigan.
Did you get bricked? Did you get
Pretty
bricked?
much, well, put it this way: I was paddling against the wind, trying to get away from these two scallies who were following me. I like that canoe. Constantly, all the way up the canal, up until a point where they kind of left, and then I was left with one guy on a bike following me. So
Did you
yeah.
drop any paving slabs on your head, mate, when you're going over bridges and stuff?
Well, I actually stopped, and that is where the scene where I found what's it called, Woody in the canal. So I stopped there, rescued Woody, and waited till he pissed off. So yeah.
Right, give us the answer, mate, on that. Which is it? Brummies or the
It
man?
was Birmingham.
Is it? All right.
And Birmingham's canals cover 35 miles compared to 26 in Venice. So there you go.
There you go, mate. You wouldn't have known that, would you? There you go. You learn something new every day.
Oh, okay. Now I don't know this one. What is the national? This is question 10, by the way. What is the national animal of Scotland?
The haggis. Mine's in the cupboard.
Go get him. Go get him.
Let me just go and
Go
see.
get him. See if he'll come on. See if he'll make an appearance. Catch you. Hi, Leon, by the way. Sorry, pal. I did see you saying hello. Oh, you must have
It's in hibernation.
been to Flatbridge. I think it was Flatbridge, actually, Leon. Yeah. I think it was. Hey, Gary. How you doing, buddy? Here he is, the haggis.
Genuine wild, hairy haggis. Shout out Craig. Born and bred in Scotland. Are you ready for the big reveal? Wait, let me just try and find its white. Right, can't find its face. Right, wait.
Here he is. Angry.
Look at the eye on it. Look at it.
Yeah. The angry hag.
Yeah. He's been in hibernation.
Yeah. He's fuming, isn't it? Look at him. You can tell he's fuming.
Oh,
Gone.
he's just jumped off.
He bit you.
I'll come back in a bit. Right, next question.
You've not answered this one yet.
All right.
What was it?
Are you going for haggis? Are you actually going for haggis?
Time again.
Yeah, haggis.
Well, there have been a few, and I've been what's it called? Nick. We've got Mark. We've got Jacqueline again. Yeah, and it is the unicorn. Believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, the unicorn.
Unicorn.
I didn't know that.
Absolutely ridiculous.
And that is the end of round one.
Oh God! Right,
No.
everyone get a drink. Go and take a little breather. Go to the toilet for a quick break.
And then we'll go for round two, which is
Don't lose your place.
lakes, rivers, and seas.
John D looks like my ball bag.
You need to shave it, John.
Can he
Get shaving it.
It's good if you can see it. That's after lockdown, mate. If you can see it, it's a good thing. I don't know the last time I saw mine.
Oh man.
Oh, God. I need mirrors. It's like them
man.
bombs where you look under cars for bombs.
Oh
And
god.
tell this. Oh God! Right.
Right, get a quick drink.
Oh, I'm going to lose
We'll
loads
get
of
the line
subscribers
again
on this,
and
mate,
top it up.
honestly.
Right, 2 seconds. Back in a sec.
Yeah, we're going to leave you with some elevator music while Ant's going. No, we're not. The tracks are rubbish.
That rock one was all right.
Yeah. No, we're just going to leave that until Ant comes back. So this is now the awkward time where you've got to fill the silence with chatter. So coming up, I'm going to be talking about a new item of being sent, which is a bit of a movement, which I'm going to sort of like speak about. Tony, what we're going to ask you if you've got any new gear lately. Always centers around camera equipment. So we're going to ask Ant about his new tent. I've got a few new bits of kit. We're going to talk about that. Then we're going to answer everyone's questions and we'll bring it a little bit more serious again, just for the questions. And then we might finish with some spooky tales and stuff like that. So I think we're probably just ready for part 2. Answer you. Look at this, mate. It's like a radio broadcast with the music. I'll just gently fade it out, mate, while you introduce part 2. Look at that. I'm just gently, mate, fading it.
Welcome to Smooth FM. Smooth
Twilight Hour
FM.
Right, part 2, mate.
That was so seedy, that.
God, mate. Yeah, you're on the register.
Right, here we go. So this is round 2. Lakes, rivers, and seas. Yeah. Okay, question 1. Which is the longest river in the UK? Now, I know this one. I know it.
Have you paddled it?
Not yet. I want to do because it's awesome. I bet. What's the fridge behind you? What's that? Any good?
Donna, his hands in the cupboard. Yeah, remember Ed?
I'm under the stairs.
Yeah, it's
Harry Potter here.
Like CBeebies, in it. Yeah, I'm going to
This
say
is where
that.
the light puts me when I've been naughty. Get in.
I'm going with the River 7.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Let's have a see. We've got a few people saying 7 here. Well, it is my favourite film of all time. And you're correct. It is The River 7. Spelt differently, obviously, than 7, the movie with Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Benny's on it.
1998, I think.
Yeah. There's a couple of shouts there for the River Ouse as well, but
the Ouse is a good one, I believe. Yeah, that goes through York, doesn't it? I think, Lee.
Yeah,
Phil.
it does. Yeah. And on the subject of that, mate, we're still waiting for a bit a pub crawl in York, aren't we? I think Benny mentioned he's going to host us on that. So
are you putting us
up? Benny's Benny. Red. Yeah.
Benny's putting us up as well.
He's buying the ale and he's there.
Oh, what?
I'm there next weekend, Benny. Just give me a shout. I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Go meet Tony. Grab a beer with him.
Next question.
Next question. Right. Question 2. Which is the only lake in the Lake District with... Oh, we've had this one. With lake in its name. We've had that one.
Yeah. Windermere.
Okay. That's it. Right. Which river passes through Uganda, South Sudan, and Egypt?
Oh. I've got an educated guess.
And it's one I would love to paddle, but not swimming.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to go skinny dipping in that.
Is it the Nile?
Well, let's have a say. Oh, there's a few people.
Couple of people.
Yeah.
Joey Westside, the Nile, Embark Outdoors, Nile. Bushman, Nile, shout out, Al. How's it going?
Nile.
Brimmers, yeah. Nile.
999.
Death on the Nile.
Yes, it is.
Agatha
You're
Christie.
correct. You're all correct.
Excellent.
Right. In which UK county would you find? Now, this is a place that I should have gone to, but where we parked, it was quite a bloody hike away. and Charlie weren't up for it. The Strid.
Oh, which UK
Which
city?
Which UK county would you find it?
Oh,
Yeah. I guess a certain person will get this right on here.
Bushman.
I guess.
I reckon Al's going to be all over that one. I know where it is because I've watched many videos, and all jokes aside, I'm fascinated by it.
I am too.
And
yeah.
I don't know where
serious.
is the hype online about the Strid. Is it correct?
Yeah.
That it's like it's only so narrow, but it goes that deep. It's like the width of the river's been 90 degrees, hasn't it? So the full force of that water is flowing through a channel which is a couple of feet wide. Is that true? I don't know. Who's jumping in?
It sounds horrendous, doesn't it?
Yeah, I reckon it's in York. It's Bolton Abbey, isn't it?
The Egyptian chavs up the Nile.
Hey. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm saying Yorkshire, mate.
Yeah, Yorkshire. The Strid is a strange river that turns. That's a bit weird. Turns on its side as it passes through the tight valley. So it looks tiny, but there's lots of dangerous water.
Yeah.
I bet there's a few horror stories there, guys.
Yeah, I've seen Hazy's video on it, and I've seen quite a few where people try and drop flow meters in, and they say because it's so aerated as well, there's that many bubbles in the water that there's no buoyancy. So if you jump in, because the amount of bubbles in the water, you're not buoyant, so you just sink to the bottom. And there's that many sort of caves and cutouts and like bits of rock just carved into it underneath it. Your history if you drop in. I don't know.
Hayes put a GoPro in? Somebody put a GoPro
remember.
in.
Yeah.
It's horrendous, isn't it?
It's scary.
Oh,
I wouldn't go in it.
no.
I wouldn't fit in it at the moment, mate. I'd be all right. I'd jump in and get stuck.
Big plug. A massive plug.
Stay safe. Drink beer. Don't get stuck in the Strid. I'm all right. Next.
Right. Question 5. Which body of water lies between Israel and Jordan?
Ooh. Red, dead, black.
Redemption.
Don't know.
Shout out to the gamers out there.
Look at Nick's comment on the Strid. I can't read that one out. Yeah, I think maybe black. Say what you're saying, Noble. Donna, a very big one.
I don't know.
A very big one.
Dwight.
Dead Sea.
I don't know.
Peter Andre.
Come on, what is it, mate?
Oh.
I'm saying that.
I thought somebody had finished that off. Let's try it again. Whoa. Go on, Chris.
Mysterious girl.
No, you gotta sing it. You gotta sing it.
I'm not doing that.
Sing it. Come on.
Yeah.
I'll try it again, guys. Come on, guys. Whoa.
Mysterious girl. Noble.
You're on your own, lads.
Come on, no, come on. Come on, Tony.
It's not happening.
He don't know the lyrics, guys. He doesn't know the lyrics.
Someone sing it in the comments.
What's Tony's lyrics, guys? Come on.
I want to get close to you. Come on, Noble.
My mic's breaking up, mate. I can't. It's not.
Oh man, sing it. Sing it. Come on, sing it.
Sing it to Mrs. Noble live.
I know it's going, girl.
Go and speak to your wife and sing it to her now.
Come on, that'd be so funny. Open the door before you sing it. Go on.
She's very busy, mate. She's very busy.
Let's try it one more time, Chris.
It happening.
Mysterious girl.
Come on, Tony. Come on, Tony. He's not doing it, guys. Sing it, Tony. Cal's telling you, sing it.
Nothing but the crack of a breadstick and the jump of computers.
We'll have him
Right.
singing. We'll have the
What?
guitar out next camp.
He
Right.
needs another few beers. He'll be on it, mate. You'll have the mic.
It's the Dead Sea, guys.
Yeah.
The Dead Sea.
Right.
Yeah. Excuse me, that red wine's
How many have you
making
got
me
left
burp.
on this?
We've got, we're on question 6 and there's 10. Which type of fish is Scotland most famous for? Don't know. Yeah, I do.
The
So we've
herring.
got A, salmon, B, tuna, or C, Dover sole.
Tuna. Scottish tuna. Responsibly farmed in Scotland.
Salmon.
Yeah.
Gold. Salmon.
Salmon. How many subscribers am I going to lose after this live? That's the question. 50 or 100?
No, I think you'll get more after singing that.
It's taken me a long time to try and build up a subscriber rate. These live streams just chop away at it. Oh, well. The midge trout. Salmon rusty. I think it's, yeah.
Salmon, isn't it?
It's tuna.
Yeah. Tuna, you going for Chris?
Yeah, tuna, mate.
Yeah. Tony?
No, it's salmon. I'll
Benito.
go with
Go.
salmon, mate.
Dover sole then, Tony?
Yeah.
Okay. Nesty.
Yeah. Salmon, guys. Salmon. Okay, question 7. Who is the Greek god of the sea? Oh. Awesome. What? The haggis? Is that the Greek god?
I kind of knew. He's is it Triton? Little Mermaid, that old
Triton.
guy with the big long hair, mate, and the 3-pronged pitchfork, whatever it's called. Poseidon. Triton. Yeah.
Who's
Poseidon.
that, Donna? Is that
Yeah.
Nicola? Are you talking about Nicola? Donna?
No. When have you not watched Little Mermaid? Do you not watch it?
No.
Right. Don't you used to fancy Ariel?
Oh, we've got a few here. We've got
Captain
a few.
Birdseye. Poseidon, Neptune. Yeah, I think it's Neptune.
You going for Neptune,
I
Tony?
think it's Neptune.
I'm with Poseidon.
Let's just
Poseidon.
let's just pick some people. We got Gunship 74 saying it's Scuba Steve. Steve Wood saying it's Captain Birdseye. Jackie Bear with Neptune. Angela Young, Peter Andre.
Oh.
Let's just try and pick the weirdest dancers. Yeah, that.
Watch. SpongeBob.
Yeah. Yeah. Poseidon.
Poseidon.
Neptune.
Yeah, Poseidon.
Is it? All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Remember
Right,
the
question
film?
8.
Mate? Remember the film, The Poseidon Adventure?
Yeah. Which one were better, the old one or the new one?
Original, mate.
Yeah, it's got to be on it.
As always.
Right. Question 8. Which Scottish body of water is famous for being the home of an alleged sea monster?
Oh, much controversy over this of late. Much controversy. Yeah.
Yeah, believe it or not.
I've seen somebody's video with it on, to be honest. It was
It's
amazing.
been filmed recently.
It was amazing.
Believe it or not, me and Charlie was that far from it. Supposedly on the actual shot of it, we was that far from it.
Did you sense it, mate?
Did you see it at the time?
I smelt it.
What did it smell of? Tuna.
Yeah, smell of a massive fish.
Smelled fishy.
Very fishy.
Very fishy.
Make any noises?
Mm.
Yeah, Loch
Iron Brew
Ness.
Company.
The main drain at Fort William. Main. Angela, we can't read that one out. I've got to draw the line at that. Yeah, it's Nessie, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Nessie. Yeah. Okay, so question 9. Ooh, there's only 2 more left.
Oh, you'll be sad.
Is that a beat then?
That was me.
All right. Thought you were sensing me then. Oh, censoring me even. Right, question 9. What is the biggest species of shark found in the UK? I didn't know this. I do now.
I'm having this.
Watching
Shout
Sky
out.
News, believe it or not.
Shout out all the Cornish subscribers. And anyone from the southwest in the comments might know this one, but I think I know it because I've seen one in St Ives. Believe it or not.
Scottish Woodsman, he's actually recording Anton Deck over us. We're watching us live, recording them bad boys.
A couple of right answers: Karl Marx, Ruxfoot, Jay Bryant. Shout out Jay, my neighbour. Carol Baskin.
Carol.
Yes, I like that. Carol Baskin, nice one, Phil. Great White, Gary. You're gonna need a bigger boat. Who's your favourite character out of Jaws?
Jaws.
Is it? Mine's Quint.
Yeah.
You all know me. No wire and a living.
You see that there? See that scar?
Yeah.
There. You see it?
You cut that while shaving.
I got that when I got run over at 7.
Did you?
Go on, guys.
I can't show you mine, mate. I'd need to get the mirror out.
Oh, no. You're not like Hazy, are you? You don't got one Sezzy, have you?
I ripped me seam on a fence on a wild camp a few years back. Yeah.
Me seam. Go on, Tony. Let's see your scar. Where's your scar?
Man, I've got a cracker down here. Cracker.
Yeah, let's have a look.
I would show you.
Yeah.
I'll save it for the video.
See the scar here? Where is it? Where the light's picking it up. It's around there anyway. 2 of them. 2 little lines there.
Bite.
My cat. 1980. Yeah. Okay, anyway. Yeah, it's Baskin Shark, guys.
Yeah.
After that Jaws, what's it called? Remake of Jaws, bloody scar scene or whatever it is. Right, question 10, last one. Which UK river passes through Oxford, Tennington, and London Bridge?
It's only going to be one, hasn't it? Surely it's the one we're all thinking.
It's Tony Stone.
It's Tony Stone.
No.
I reckon if he'd have sang the Mysterious Girl lyric, I'd have said he's stoned.
By the end of this, we're going to get Tony singing.
That would be true. That would be true.
Yeah. By the end of it, we're getting Tony singing.
You know.
We are. We just don't know it yet. Okay. Right, mate, I'm saying the Thames.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve Jones, yeah.
Yeah. Stony Noble. That's his.
Steve Jones. Yeah.
Stony Noble.
I think it's the Thames, mate.
Yes, it's the Thames, guys. Well done. Well done. Yeah. So we have got a few more rounds, but I'll take it we're not going to do them.
No. We're going to knock the quiz on the head.
Okay.
Thanks for doing that.
Round 4 was going to be a good one as well. Mountains and walks.
What?
Mountains and walks. We can say that.
Well, we'll put it over to the viewers. Does anyone want us to do another round, or do you just want to go on to questions about camping? Let us know in the comments. If we get enough thumbs ups, we will do another round. If not, we're going to move straight onto the questions about camping and the outdoors and stuff like that. So if you want another round, let us know now. You know, take away. Otherwise, we're going to move on.
If you want Tony to sing on question 10, then thumbs up.
Yeah. Thumbs up. I've got people still taking the piss because I'm wearing a bobble hat and a North Face body warmer. You don't understand how cold my house is. You know, it's 1930 semi. Get the violin out.
What you need is the cupboard under the stairs.
I'm not putting my
mate.
heating on. I'm not putting it on. Right,
I've got a bit of sweat on myself, to be honest, man.
Well, that's because you know you're singing soon. You just
Well,
bring
that's-
that
I'm
there,
not-
should be all right.
You know you're singing.
Right, people want round 4, and let's go for quick fire round with less time in between, unless we're putting our hilarious witty jokes in.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, we've got to knock it on the head with singing and wit.
Westy,
Right,
I'm sorry, Westy, you're in the minority. Go.
Question 1. Ben Nevis is the highest mountain in the UK, but what's the second highest? Is it Scarfell Pike?
We don't need multiple choice.
Oh, okay.
Well, we do, because I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know this. Sullivan or Ben, I'm going to try and pronounce it, McAdoo.
Ben McDewey. It's Scarfell Pike. Ben McDewey. Yeah. Oof. Al Bushman's on Ben McDewey as well.
Snowdonia.
Right, come on. Quick fire.
Tony?
I'll go with Ben McDewey, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. D.
Bloody
Ben
hell.
McDewey.
I didn't know that.
Right. Number 2. What is the longest path in Britain?
Ooh.
Choices are the the Southwest Coastal Path, which is 630 miles. Jesus. Pembrokeshire Path. Walk that. I've done that. Southern Upland Way or the North Downs Way.
I know, but if Impala on trails on, you'll know that one. I can guarantee that. Westy, the path to Chris's thermostat. Oh God.
Oh man,
that doesn't exist, mate. Yeah.
From mine to the Chinese takeaway, Gary's saying.
Chippy. Bloody hell.
Oh God.
I'm Southwest Coast Path, mate. I'm going with Brimmers on this one.
Southwest Coast. Tony?
I'll go with that.
Yeah, Southwest Coast. Right, number 3. Mount Everest is located on the border of China and which other country?
Tibet. Next. Tibet, mate, 100%.
You sure?
Yeah.
Naples. Nepal. Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's a good time.
Oh, well. We got rid of that one quickly. Next.
Okay.
Next.
Scottish mountain overlooks Loch Lomond.
Ben Lomond.
And Lomond.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
The guys we're going too fast here. They're typing in.
Sorry.
We're rushing them. I'm not doing this, guys. It's them two. I quite happily sit here all night and just go slowly through them.
Wolverhampton.
I
think
you're going to take a time, otherwise Chris will be getting his book out again.
We don't need to do that. Which British fell walker, guidebook author, and illustrator is famed for creating the first coast-to-coast walk?
Oh, is it Alfred?
Tony?
Yeah, I'll go with Wainwright.
Okay. Guys, mysterious girl. Yeah, are we all happy with that?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I'll wait for another 2 answers, whoever pops up, and then we'll move on. Yeah. Peter Andre. Oh, yeah. It was Alfred Wainwright. Right. Oh, is John O'Groats at the north or south end of the famous walk across the length of Britain? I could have actually pronounced that John O'Groats. John O'Groats. Is John O'Groats at the north or south end of the famous walk across the length of Britain?
It's got to be north, surely. North.
What the hell is the famous walk?
Don't know.
Adrian's Wall.
I approach the Land's End.
Adrian's Wall.
Only on MCM Outdoors live streams. Come on, mate. John O'Groats.
North.
North. Yeah,
North.
north.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. What is the name given to the mountains in Scotland over 3,000 foot high? I didn't know this until recently as well.
Yeah. Monrose.
Yeah.
We're
Monrose.
going for that. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're going
yeah.
for that. Yeah, the Munros. You are right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look at this one. What is the popular youth award program? Oh Jesus, that's easy. We're not even going to bother with that.
Let's do one more question and move it
Right,
on, mate. We're going to die.
Here we go. Oh, one more question. This is for Tony. Tony can answer this one. Who was the hunk, the Australian hunk who sang Mysterious Girl? What was his name? Tony? Who was it?
Well,
Come on, Tony.
why is Peter Andre part of it? Outdoor.
It's the last question. You promised them. Number 10 question. You promised them that you would sing it. So let's try it one more time, guys. Whoa! Tony,
Mysterious Girl.
Tony! Tony!
It's not happening. It's not
Right,
happening.
that's it.
No, it's not. This is actually a question for Tony. In which UK city would you find Arthur's Seat?
Go. I've
Go on,
changed
Tony.
the banner. I've changed the banner here and everything. I'm moving us on. Come on, answer it, Noble. Arthur's
It's
Seat.
Edinburgh. Sorry, it's Edinburgh. It's Edinburgh.
Edinburgh, there we go. Thank you, guys. That was a fun question.
Right, Ant, thank you very much for those lovely questions. It's been taxing on the brain. We've all had a bit of amusement there. It's been very good. Thank you very much for taking part in that, and hopefully provided some light-hearted Saturday evening entertainment for you. So we asked people to submit questions, and a lot of people have done that. So I'm just trying to not laugh at some of these funny comments. So we're gonna scroll up and kind of start at the top. There's quite a lot of comments here, but
Sorry, guys, I've got the dryer going. Just one sec. I need to shut this door.
yeah. Impala on trail.
You don't get that. You don't get that on BBC One, do you? Quiz
No,
night.
mate. Impala on trail asks, what would you recommend for a sub 1 kilogram tent? That's a tough one. That sub 1 kilo tent. First of all, who knows what sub 1 kilo tents there are? It's a tough one. That sub 1 kilo. I'll be honest, mate. If you're still watching this, or if you're catching up with the comments, afterwards, the lightest tent I own and is the Nordisk Telemark, the 2.2 LW, the lightweight, the sil nylon variant. That comes in at 1,010 grams, but that is with the stuff sack. So you could arguably sort of get that down a little bit, maybe just shy of a kilo. So I can only say from experience, really, the Telemark 2.2 lightweight, all Nordisk lightweight tents are made out of sil nylon and therefore a lot lighter. I historically have never been a lightweight camper, so I'm not sort of experienced in terms of what is ultra lightweight kit. There might be other people. If you can let Impala know in the comments below, what do you think? Let us know. Serious sort of answers only, really, for this to try and help people out. But I would say the Telemark. What about you, Ants, in terms of lightweight tents, mate? What are your thoughts?
I ain't got a clue. I'm not lightweight, am I? At all.
What is your Lanshan weight, Chris?
The Lanshan, I think it is. Good point. I think the Lanshan 2 Pro is sub 900 kilos. I think without the stuff sack. I think the standard Lanshan 2 is 900 odd, and I think it's just shy of a kilo. Obviously, that's not counting the trekking poles, which you need to pitch the tent. But yeah, I mean, I was out in the Lanshan 2 the other day. People might have watched the video, but it's a great little tent. It's just not so good in strong winds, but it's got good bit of kit. So I mean, the Lanchan is not one to overlook. You've also got the Lanchan 1. But the 2, I find the room in the 2 is absolutely spot on for one person.
What's that? What's that new one that both of you two have just got? Is that not lightweight?
Scarp. That's
Scarp 1, yeah, by Top Tent, yeah. It's a Top Tent Scarp 1, but I think it's around 1.4 kilos, that one.
Yeah.
So it's not sort of like ultra lightweight. I mean, I think Impala does all sorts of like long distance hikes, like epic long distance hikes, and for him, like he's every gram counts. So the Lanchan is not to be overlooked because we're all skint, aren't we, at the moment? Let's face it. No one's got bags of cash lying around. I think everyone's a bit strapped for cash. And, when you're looking at some of these ultralight tents and the ultralight equipment, it comes with a heavy, the price tag is not ultralight, is it? So when you're looking at some of these brands, the Lanchan is a good tent. And I think Hazy, when he did the coast to coast, he did it in the Lanchan 1, if I'm wrong. If I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he did it in
I thought he did in the Hex Peak.
Pass. I don't know. It's either him or someone's done it in a Lanchan 1. So, yeah, that's what I'd say.
Yeah.
I think Lee stepped away from the screens. He did it in a Lanchan, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, I think they're very underrated, and I've said it in a few of the comments on the latest vid. The Lanchans are decent tents,
and I think Sandy did it as well. Wiltshire man, he had a Lanchan as well. I'm sure he did.
He was in a Lanchan 1. That might have been the one I'm talking about, but yeah, they're good. Brimmers, yeah. Hazy did the coast to coast in the Lanchan. I was pretty sure he did, yeah. Tony, tell us about you had the Alp kit.
I've got a solo, I've got a soloist. Yeah, it's great. It's just a bit small. It's a bit small. Compare your tight tent's like a full 2-man tent, bags of space. Soloist is genuinely one person tent, and there's no real porch. But it's good. It's good, easy to pitch. Get the ground sheet. It goes up out to first as well, so it's good. But if the type tent lives up to everything that it's supposed to be, then for the extra 200 grams, you're getting twice the space. It's a no-brainer to me.
Yeah. Another question. This from Instagram. So, like you say, if you want to message Tony or Ant some questions as well, they'll pick them up. But
let's see how popular I am. Many questions. Oh my gosh! Hang on.
Your phone's crashed, mate. Paul McClellan's. What's a decent walking boot to buy that won't break the bank to get started with? Yeah, well, it's a tough one, that, really, because I personally find walking boots are arguably one of the most important items, I think, in your kit. Because if you're getting sore feet, or you're getting blisters, or rubbing on your feet, you're not going to want to walk anywhere. Let's face it. And it's not just what I think. I think it's sort of accepted that your boots aren't they're one of the most important bits of kit in your kit list. And everyone always says, if you've got any shops nearby, especially these sort of like small independent sort of like boot shops where you can go and speak to a member of staff, and they will have some kind of like setup in the store where you can put your boots on, try it on various different inclines in the shop, and get a kind of bespoke fitting service. And some of them will go as far as to sort of choose insoles for your particular feet. But your boots are, they can't be scrimped on, really. I've had cheap pairs of boots made by Caramore, and they lasted about 5 or 6 years, the Caramore boots, but in the end the sole fell off. But I never did any massive sort of like long distance hikes. I always remember going into Cotswold Outdoor when I was first getting into my hiking and stuff, and being pointed towards this pair of Mindel Borneo Pro, which are now the modern version, I think, is the Bhutan MFS, and they're good. Really established manufacturer, but not cheap. So it's a tough one, isn't it? Because I think they're around 200 quid, and the Caramore pair I got were 40 quid from Sports Direct. So I don't know what you guys think on that, Tony and Ant.
Well, I've got a pair of Altbergs, But I know Altberg make the army boots, don't they? I've never known what the difference is between the Altberg that I bought in the shop and the army surplus ones that you can buy for a fraction of the price.
They're the ones that I've got, the Warriors.
Yeah.
I mean, how much are you paying for those?
Mine are second hand. They're meant to be grade 1, and they came and they weren't. They were shocking. So I basically got them free because I complained that much. They were 30 quid on eBay. So grade 1 or grade A or whatever it's called, 30 quid. You get a decent pair that have either new or hardly worn. And I cannot fault them. I love them. I'll never have a different boot now. I'll just always get.
But are they essentially the same boot that I've paid whatever I paid for them?
Well, you've seen them. I wear them all the time, don't I?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're so comfy.
Because mine are mint. Mine are absolutely banging. Yeah. But
Altberg, yeah, I love them. Absolutely love them. So they're my first, and now will only be my only boot now. I'll when these give up the ghost. I
mean, there's some helpful replies in the comments there. So, if you're looking back over this, have a look at them. There's some great suggestions there. Another thing is to go into a store, try them on, work out what size you will be, and then go and try and source them online. You might get a bit of a cheaper deal there, kind of thing. And
Craig's saying Altberg worst boots I've ever had.
Yeah,
okay. Wow,
it's subjective, isn't it? Because people always have their favorite brands.
Yeah, you're gonna get that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Here's one and from Brimmers, obviously, mate of mine, Mark Brimickham. How many Wainwrights have you bagged over the years? Honest answer, Mark. I don't know off the top of my head, and I keep meaning to sit down and tick them off, so I know how far I've got to go because I've recently decided to do them all. But I would probably say about 15, 20 as a guess, no more than that.
Are you going to do like Tony's done then, Chris? Are you going to do them all again,
well,
are you going to tick them off?
No, mate. I think I want to do them all again properly. Just start again, just like something to aim for. So, what about you, Noble?
I've probably done. I had a quick toto, probably 50, 60 maybe, but I've done quite a few number of times as well. Like Helvellyn, I've done Upteen times, Ben Claffery loads of times, Great Gable. So Scarfell. So I've done quite a lot of times. But yeah, 50, 60 maybe. But, there's 214 to go. We've got plenty more to go.
Ants, you've conquered Red Screes because you don't like heights, do you? And that was something we did many years ago, kind of our first outing together, wasn't it, really? First meet-up, yeah.
You got me and Charlie up there. And like I say, you guys... If you'd not seen the video back then, or if you've not heard us talking about it before, Chris, he absolutely took over curring for Charlie while I kind of got over my what's it called, of heights.
There to go, yeah.
It's horrendous. So unfortunately, I won't be doing these walks with these boys. I don't think I will be doing. Although having said that, with what we were talking about before. We might need it. Yeah,
we'll get you up there, mate.
We might need it. I might just stay at bottom and look after canoes.
Here's a funny one. Cliff Teaward on Instagram. What was the strangest object left by a fellow camper that you found? I haven't had anything strange, but I know Ant has, and it'll generate some humour in the comments. But mine's never been anything more than like bottles of beer and cans and stuff like that. I don't know about
I've never found anything, to be honest.
Never. Ant?
Yeah, so if you guys follow me on my channel, me and Charlie had a camp. We had a camp for about 3 years. Perfect. It was all running smoothly, and then lockdown came, and basically a year into lockdown, it got trashed. There was that many walkers and people walking through. That's what we thought anyway. So anyway, I went back a couple of months after the first time I'd found out that it had been smashed up, and found, not joking you, a tin that big of Vaseline. So yeah, I'll leave you guys to have a think about that.
Why would someone need a tin of Vaseline, Ant, in sort of like
in the middle of
nowhere in the woods?
I asked that question myself. It didn't
would
twig. I'm literally that gullible. It didn't twig until I picked it up and started shaking it.
Yeah.
So, and then I threw it down when the penny dropped.
Yeah.
So learned that.
Is a good question, which all of us will be able to answer, I think, in our own right. Daryl, do nice or yeah, your first solo wild camp experience? I'll just go quick. Mine was in the West Pennine Moors, but a different part to where I normally go. But I took the old. I've got an old Vango Helium 100 Super Light, which is like sleeping in a sock. It's absolutely horrible. That probably weighs around 900 grams. It's really old, but it's still going strong. I've had some good camps in it with Matt prior to having a YouTube channel. But yeah, I went on the Pennine Moors, and yeah, it was the first solo camp. Got good weather, nice and cold. Got a lovely sunset. All those lovely moorland birds and sights and sounds you get on the moors around our neck of the woods. So that was it for me. Really enjoyable experience, to be fair. And I filmed it. It's one of the first, yeah, it's nearer the sort of bottom end of the channel videos. That was me. Noble.
Me, I was up Pendle Hill. I think I probably just watched one of your videos, to be honest. So yeah, that's just that role for me. Just to give it a whirl, just see if I liked it, see what it was all about.
Did you go on your own? Your solo camp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not too far, not too high. So worst case, if you don't like it, you're not in a whole heap of bother, are you really?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
Mine was
14 times since, haven't I?
Yeah, no, it's a good place though, isn't it? It's good place to get your art level.
What about you, Ant?
Local, that camp where we were just talking about, that was my first solo camp in the Dutch Army tent.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my first one. Cracking camp as well, that.
I wasn't worried. A lot of people ask, like, you're scared to go kind of thing on your own for the first time. Get loads of questions asking that, saying you're worried about going on your own and like, what's thing is something bad going to happen? It's kind of like an open-ended question, that isn't it? Is something bad going to happen? Well, I don't know.
Do you not remember? I texted you, didn't I, Chris?
Yeah.
I messaged you. I'm going on my first wild camp, solo wild camp, and I'm a bit nervous. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Way back. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, were. It were, but it's stupid to be. Yeah, you've got to be worried, haven't you? Anything that you're doing, you've got to be careful. But if you put things into perspective, the chances are that there's anything or anybody up there or wherever you're going that's going to cause you grief, apart from telling you to get off their land. Yeah, that's the only problem that you've got, is being moved on.
Yeah, I mean, if you thought, what if that was your sort of outlook on life? I don't want to get all like deep and meaningful because I've had a few beers, but if everyone sat in the house and said, well, what if this happens? You wouldn't do anything. You'd sit there and think, well, what if a satellite fell on my head? You wouldn't leave your front door. You've got to kind of like get over that and just go and have a go and see what happens. What is the worst that can happen in reality? It's all sorts of like calculated risks, isn't it? You check the weather, your gear, your tent, your fitness levels, and hopefully the area that you're going to. Worst that can happen is you get yourself back down. My always sort of like minimum is, can I get myself out of this situation? And if the answer's no, I don't do it. But if I know, well, if it goes up, you can get yourself off out there. That's kind of it, basically, for me. So what about everyone else in the comments? Let us know some of your first solo wild camps. But I'll ask a question to you two. What's your worst ever wild camp? I think I know what yours is. And again, I mean, this is all going to everyone in the comments again. What has been your worst ever wild camp and why? I'm just going to go to Lou, but I'll let you two kind of sort of have a think and start answering that, and I'll tell you mine when I get back.
Go on, Tony.
I've genuinely,
Good.
I've never had any horrendous experiences. I really haven't. I wouldn't say I've had a. You know what I mean? I don't know. When we were up Castle Crag, it rained a bit, so we were stuck in tents.
Yeah, I suppose for yourself, possibly weather. I mean, that one that you did with Phil recently, where it got waterlogged.
Yeah.
You know, that must have been. It was a bad night, you know, and I suppose that possibly was your worst experience. Then maybe I don't know.
I've never had any experiences that I were, I thought were horrendous. You know, okay, so I was at top of Helm Crag, which isn't particularly high, and the inner tent started filling with water. But what's the worst thing? I'm not going to float down the mountain, am I? You know. So no, I've genuinely, I haven't. The scariest thing I've ever had is that tale at top of Angle Town when the old fox was trying to get in tent.
Yeah, the thief, the fox thief.
Yeah. That scared me witless, to be honest. I'm not quite sure what carrying the sleeping bag was going to do for me, but
tell us about the fox, mate. I was laughing in the loo there listening to that. Tell us about the fox. Those
I didn't know that's what it was until Ant told me years later. I was in the soloist, which doesn't have much of a porch, and I left an opened packet of chorizo in the porch. Wakes up at 2:00 and literally there's like it can only have been 2 inches from me here. There's something trying to get in tent, and I'm literally sticks my head in sleeping bag and sort of just hoped it went away, but I absolutely, my heart's beating, I'm absolutely panicking. I have no idea what it was, and then off it trotted. And it, like I say, it wasn't till Ant told me years later that there's a fox there, isn't there?
Yeah, the famous, it's the fox thief. It's happened to a few now.
Wow.
Tony, a couple called 2 Feet Forward, Austin and Lucy. It happened to them.
Right.
With me and Charlie were. I couldn't tell. I didn't know until the morning after, because it was a proper skanky night. It was like literally blowing a hula. It was throwing it down. And I put a bin bag full of rubbish in the porch area of me Banshee. And the next morning I'm thinking, what the hell? I'm sure I put it literally right there where the zip was. And when we got out of the tent, everything was everywhere, all over. You know what it's like, Angleton. It was literally all over. So me and Charlie had to go around, pick every single bit up, and pieces of it were right over up near the top. Now, fair enough, wind could have blown it up, but it was just, it was horrendous. But yeah, it turned out to be the elusive thief.
Fox.
Yeah. Quickly, mine is my tent falling down, my first hot tent camp. That snapped, the loop snapped on my hot tent and fell, and literally started sticking to the flue pipe and going up in smoke. So yeah, that was my worst one. There's a video on that if you want to go to my channel, have a look at it. That weren't nice. That I'll mention because I wanted to camp. Yeah, but
it's disappointing, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, but luckily I was close to home, so I'd only had one can of beer.
Bushman's last video where he was up on Blencathra, that was pretty intense. When he had basically a river ended up, but for me, like it does. I had that experience in Owlwood, where we know where that is, where all of a sudden the weather changed and the whole environment, which you don't think of, which was the main thing I took from Al's video. because you get to your campsite, don't you? You know, you turn up, you have a look around, check for widow makers, you do the usual, but you're making a decision based on the weather as it is then. And you don't think, well, what if this happened? What would happen to this environment? Which is a bit bizarre, but that's what caught me out, albeit much lower down on the moors. But obviously, what happened to Al was he got up Blencathra. First half of the camp, it's full snow and ice. And the next minute, this like Atlantic low come over, dropped the temperature, and all that ice and snow melted and started flowing through, albeit what would have ordinarily been a perfect pitch and was all set to be this ace camp. But you don't normally think, do you? You take things on face value. You turn up, look around. Oh, great! You know, this is great. Put me tent here. What if it goes belly up and the weather changes, or you know the conditions just do a complete 180 degrees? What's that environment going to be like? And as Al found out, all that meltwater went straight through his tent. But I've fallen foul of that, you know, plenty of times. Luckily, not on top of, you know, one of the higher mountains in the Lake District. But it's just something to bear in mind, isn't it? Because we don't usually think a couple of steps on.
But you can only base any decision on the facts that you have to hand at that point in time, aren't they? So the decision that you made at that point in time might be perfectly fine and legitimate, but you were unaware of some other information that would have made your decision completely different.
Yeah.
You know, what experiences are we having, though? It's fantastic, isn't it? You think about it. You know, and they're being documented for other people to watch out for. It's giving you, who wouldn't have thought of things like what we've been through.
Yeah. But then,
you know, it's giving them the experience for it not to happen to them. That's the good thing, you know.
And perversely, it's those tough times that stick in the mind, not the 95% of them that are perfectly cool, calm, and normal. The ones that stick with you are the ones that have been tough.
Yeah. My worst was Pendle Hill that time. And I know you like
that video was absolutely mint.
A lot of people haven't watched that because it's quite low down on my channel. So, you know, I think I only had about 50, 60 subscribers at the time. But me and Walshy went out. Luckily, we took the Mountain Hardware Trango 2, which is obviously a full 4-season mountaineering tent, and we pitched it on a coal. Well, on is it Barley Moor? Pitched it on the right hand side of the wall on Pendle Hill. One of these huge Atlantic storm was blowing in, and if you haven't seen it, you know it's not just a plug for my channel. But you know, watch it. It's quite funny what happened really. And this whole mountaineering tent, and it bent one of the poles on that, and they're designed for example, taking up to the likes of Everest and the Himalayas on proper Himalayan expeditions. And the storm that came in was brutal, and I love it. You know, it was a great experience. You know, and a lot of people, I got some criticism for the Storm Arwen vids. You know, I broke the telemark. Okay, I shouldn't have taken that tent, but you know, what's the worst that can happen? You're delayed in your tent. It wasn't going to blow me off. You know, you're gonna stay inside your tent, aren't you? At the end of the day, what's the worst that can happen? If you stay in situ, you know, you're not. I don't think in any horrendous danger there. But yeah, that Pendle Hill one for me was the best. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, it was a good video. That.
Another question.
No, go on, hang on, guys. Let's run through a few of these. What they've put on. Benny's. My worst was a cattle Howard 2020. We had a perfect pitch until a family of chavs and pitched next to us, and then got absolutely smashed and made noise till 2 a.m. Without reducer. Go on, Tony, you got one.
I'm just reading through them. Come
on. We've got misadventures of a little wolf. Worst experience camping was getting a dose of the trots. Oh yeah, at -3. Did it freeze as it come out?
Wow, come on, man.
I'm in a burning and freezing ring at the same time. Eh? Wow.
I've got some more questions.
Come on, bring them on.
Rob Wilkinson's asked, hammock or tent? I wonder if Gary IPALs is watching this.
He is. He's on.
Hammock or
Yeah,
tent?
Come on, Gary.
Shout out, Gary. Maybe you can let us know your thoughts on that. But I'm going to shut up and eat me crisps. But hammock or tent, lads, what do you think? And everyone in the comments too.
Tony?
I prefer my tent, to be fair, but to be honest, I've only been in the hammock a couple of times. And yeah, I've got to say, I was unconvinced. I think what I was unconvinced by was all the weights that you were taking, all the gear that you were taking. It didn't seem to me to be a great weight saving. You were taking more gear for the hammock than you were in a tent. But having used it, it's definitely the comfiest night's sleep you're ever going to have. It's absolutely mint, and you feel more attuned with nature. You're more open and sort of out with nature than you are if you sat in your tent. It's a completely different experience, isn't it? But yeah, I've done it a couple of times. I do really enjoy it.
Yeah, Gary's saying hammock by far for sleeping.
Yeah.
It is,
How about you, Anne?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't do a lot of hammock camping. When you get it right, when you get the pitch right, I mean, Chris, you're the hammock man, aren't you? Sometimes I think I've got it right twice out of the times that I've slept, and the other times I've got it wrong. When you get it wrong, it's like that, and you think it looks straight, and then when you lie in it, it just literally dips like that. So all the night you're either sliding right down to the foot end and then pulling yourself back up every blooming half hour or an hour, and then you're back down sliding again. You get an uncomfortable night's sleep. Your back's hurting in the morning. But when you get it perfectly lined up right, and it sits like that.
Well, there's a whole.
You feel so comfortable. It is the best night's sleep when you get it right.
Yeah, it's like a whole sort of, not genre. That's like the wrong word, but there's a whole different like community out there, isn't there, for hammocks? They've got a massive following, especially in America and the States. Like, and I first got into hammocking when I watched a bloke called Shug Emery on YouTube. Sean Emery is his real name, but his channel is Shug Emery, and he knows everything about hammocks. And he goes out and he's a little bit crazy, but in a good way. And he sleeps in ridiculously low temperatures. In the sort of like the colder part of the US. Like, I remember the exact place he's from, but personally for me, I think, and as Gary said there, he's had 8 hours solid sleep in a hammock, tried a load of mats in a tent and doesn't come close for sleep. I can absolutely guarantee that what Gary said there, it's gospel. There is no comfier way, because there's no pressure on your back. Like, your body weight is kind of suspended, isn't it, really? So it's not like you're lying on a mat kind of thing, and I have a much comfier sleep. Yeah, I think tents offer a little bit more protection, especially in bad weather. But I don't think you can beat the comfort of sleeping in a hammock. And if anyone watches Simon, a Bloke in the Woods here, I'm a big fan of Simon's, and I know you are too, Ant, as well. He's tried out, is it a mock, or there's some kind of like Scandinavian make hammock that he's tried. A couple of videos back of his, and it's almost like a flat lay, and you can like sit in it like in a chair, and there's sort of like different shelves incorporated into the netting in like this hammock system. So it's not just a case of, when people think of a hammock, you think of a beach picture, don't you, in like the Bahamas, like a very basic bit of cloth. But the fact is, the modern hammock systems with modern suspension systems and tarps and sort of shelving systems and storage solutions within the hammock, you shouldn't write it off. And don't forget, there's a lot of people in the comments there saying tents. Well, what have you got to have, mate, for like sleeping in a tent? You've got to have suitable ground, haven't you? How many times have you been walking through somewhere and you've seen the ground and there's stones, rocks, streams, uneven? Don't forget, all you need with a hammock is 2 suitable anchor points to get your ridgeline set up. So you could hammock over a stream, all flooded and boggy below, doesn't matter. You've got a hammock, you can sleep in it. So there's sort of a lot of benefits to hammock sleeping which are overlooked, and I'm a big fan of it.
When we went camping in, Spooky Woods, the Haunted Woods at Pendle, you'd never got a tent in there, would you?
No.
You were camping on a 45-degree angle. You'd never got a tent in there.
But we were quite comfortable, weren't we?
Yeah, it was mint. Yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah. It was all boggy, wasn't it? All boggy. Everything was dead and sodden.
That woodland, mate, that was horrible, that woodland. It had a real horrible feel to it.
There were a lot of scary things in that woodland, weren't there?
And ants all the werewolves.
Anthony's underpants, that was scary.
Yeah. Here's one. Here's a good one from Instagram. Philly177. Why do you wild camp? Ant. And everyone else as well. It's to everyone.
Now, definitely now, mental health. Yeah. For me anyway, and I ain't going to go into it, but everybody has their own issues and things like that. But yeah, for me, definitely, it eases everything off. And plus, like I was out last night, straight after work. When you've had a long week at work, there's nothing better to just nip into your local woods, set up a hammock or a hot tent or whatever you want to do, and just relax. I mean, it's as though I've been on holiday. I've come back off my holiday, and I've still got 2 days left. It's Saturday, Sunday, and you're back in work Monday. It's a brilliant feeling. So yeah, well recommended to do something like that. But mainly,
she's put your Madonna outfit back in the wardrobe.
Yeah, yeah.
What about you, Tony?
I similar. I like just feeling out and about. It gives me, sense of achievement that I've done something that's sort of a bit more out of the normal. But it also goes hand in hand with the photography as well, doesn't it? It enables you to get to places. I can be up for sunrise, top a mountain, and it just makes that life, that bit a little bit easier. But it's just you can't beat sort of just it's that communing with nature, isn't it? Just being outside. Well,
yeah, I like, for me, like similar to Ant, and just looking at some of the comments from everyone here. Chris Monk, obviously, why do wild camp? Good challenge and self-reliability. Joey Westside, it's the only time I can completely shut off my mind. Good, yeah, sums it up there. Jane's asking another question, but we'll get to that. So yeah, I mean, that's it really from people in the comments, really. But I would sort of like echo what Ant has said, really. For me, it's something I've done since a very young age, like 14. So yeah, I'm 40 now, so a long time. But like, it's just that switching off, isn't it? Like for me, and I said that on a couple of videos, and I don't try and get too deep in. Well, whatever, I'll just say it. It's like life is just chaotic, isn't it? Modern life now, with like you're constantly connected, phones, Wi-Fi, news, text messages, Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook. It's bang, 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 bang. You're just bombarded, aren't you? Yeah. And then it's like jobs, deadlines. You've got to do this, you've got to do that. Busy lives, and it's just like, it's sort of like, for me, just taking a step out. Like, imagine you're in this really noisy room, and that's life. And all of a sudden you go, hang on a minute, I'm having a little break from this. You open the door, bang. When that door shuts, silence. And all you've got is like the mountains, the wind in the trees, the tent. And you don't have to think about life or what you've got to do next or where you've got to be. You just you're basically stepping outside, aren't you? You're like just going, I'm having some time out here. And then, you know, a lot of times you're that busy, you think, oh, I can't be bothered doing a wild camp, or I've got the motivation to pack my bag and, you know, I'll do it next week. But sometimes you just, no, I'm going to do it. Pack your stuff, get out, and you do it. And when you get there, as soon as you shut that door on your car, as soon as you've been hiking for 5 or 10 minutes on the way in, you feel better, don't you? It's like a weight off your shoulders. And it happens every single time. And it works without fail. And you wake up, you feel better, you feel less stressed. You feel like you're ready for another week of hell. You can step back in the room and bear it for another week before you've got to step out again. That's it for me.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there, man. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's it for me. Like, and I don't mind saying it. And again, you know, you mentioned about mental health. I'm a big sort of, you know, there's no stigma. There is no stigma, especially now, you know, when you look at, I'm not going to get into politics here, but when you look at what people have been through and society's been through in the last couple of years, it's been hell. And the pressure on people, finances, you know, health over the past couple of years is unbelievable. And you're seeing a boom in wild camping. People aren't going on planes and going abroad, because they couldn't have done so, but now because it's so ridiculously expensive. And we're seeing the good thing of, well, guess what? This family is going out camping. And instead of like sitting in a flaming apartment in like, you know, the Costa del whatever in Spain, they're all sitting together and playing Scrabble in a tent and having a chat and a laugh and interacting and doing what families should do. Speaking to it, I don't know. I'm going off on a flaming tangent here.
No, you're right.
The benefits of the outdoors and camping are numerous. Yeah.
Going off topic, but yeah, get your kids out there.
Yeah.
Start young, you know, get them out there and
absolutely, mate.
Yeah. Well, me and Charlie were talking yesterday, and after Rick and Simon had gone back to their tent, and we literally got into, we took everything. It was the most stupidest overweight camp you can ever imagine, but we had everything, and I wanted it to be his perfect hot tenting experience, and it was as well. By the way, if you go and watch the video, you'll see what I mean. But the size of the tent, the hot stove, the stove in there, him lying down. We took everything, like I say. We had the blow up mattresses, we had the camp cots, big thick Four Seasons bags, and he's wrapped up and he's all nice and warm. And he's watching his what's it called? Downloaded a new Ryan Reynolds video for him, what's on Netflix and stuff. He was just sat there, and I turned around and I said, "Is this the best camp you've ever had?" And yeah, hands down, it was just perfect. Dead warm. He's relaxed, and you know, kids go through so much. They've been through so much with what's been going on with COVID, what's going on now with, you know, with overseas and things like that, and they've got a lot of heat on their heads, aren't they? You know, they're going through it. Definitely. And you forget about that. But taking them out, doing stuff like that, back to nature, and literally he was doing that. He had his earbuds in or whatever they're bloody called, and he's doing that. I'm sitting up listening to owls and wind in the trees, and it's just perfect. Great family time, it really is. So get your kids out there. That's what I say, you know.
But he'll always remember that, won't he? He will always remember that.
That's it, you know. Brilliant, absolutely fantastic.
It is spot on, because, like, you know, what are humans designed for? We're not designed to sit in a house and look at screens all day and tune into social media, and we're not. That's not how we've evolved, is it really? Or is it? Because it's not the kind of, like, evolution I want to go. Like, you know, people say, well, I'm not going there. I'm not going down the rabbit hole on this. Like, but, you know, look at like Facebook and how that's trying to expand with like Meta and like the metaverse. And, you know, I've had conversations with you lads about pulling the Facebook group for various reasons, including like the way Facebook is now sort of like taken over every aspect of people's lives. And I'm not sure whether I agree with that, and I might have to revisit it again another day. But anyway, let's keep it on track.
Just while you guys are saying that, I'm just going to post this at Charlie. Look, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I mean, that picture just says it all. This was last night.
Yeah, Olan, you're right. Humans are devolving. I would say some are, but there's a lot of people that aren't. I think you're in that category there, mate. Same as us, really. If anyone's got any other questions, please do let us know in the comments. I can see you're all chatting away there amongst yourselves. Joey Westside, dream wild camp country or destination? Mine would be Vietnam if money wasn't an option. What about you, Noble? Dream wild camp destination? Canada.
Yeah, I'll put up in the Rockies.
So, by the way, guys, just have a look on my Instagram. Have a look at Charlie's face on that if you get a chance. Sorry, Tony.
No. I'll say Rockies. I'd like to get some proper mountains up. You know, get some 40s. A minute.
Yeah. For me, I'd love to go to like Scandinavia. There's a content creator on YouTube, and I think I shared it on the Facebook group. It's Riku Carl something Jen. Can't think of his surname, but he did this amazing film where he'd spent basically almost a year outdoors, similar to Chris Monk. Shout out Chris Monk. He's a very talented content creator, and he isn't really sort of cinematic, isn't he, with the shots? Tony, I know you sort of like think the same, but this guy,
Chris Monk's somewhat of a pisshead. That's blocked outdoors.
Chris Homer. Mate, it was a test.
I'm pretty sure that Chris would be more than impressed.
It was a test, and you passed the test. But this guy, he'd been out and he'd spent almost an entire.
Chris is on, by the way. He's in there. Hey, Chris.
He'd spent almost an entire season in Scandinavia, and he'd film like time lapses on sort of like sliders, but for days on end, film like the Northern Lights. So yes, Scandinavia for me. I love Scandinavian outdoor gear, but I think that whole environment, like one of my favorite YouTubers is what's his name?
Eric
Normark. Yeah, I love his videos. If anyone hasn't seen Eric Normark's YouTube videos, they are absolutely fantastic, and all those things that he likes and sees and observes, and he films and gets them across on his film, like, you know, sights and sounds, and like, you know, he'll zoom in on like a leaf blowing and the particular sound. Chris Monk, he'll focus in on a particular sound. That's something I notice, those little things, and I know lots of us all do, because we're all kind of tuned into the same aspects of nature. But yeah, Eric Normark, he makes some absolutely fantastic videos. He really does.
Eric, it's just a masterclass in how to make a cup of coffee, isn't it? That's
why I want to trans triangle, because I want to be Normark. I need some hair. You know, I'll have to lose a few stone, but you know, I'll get there.
Yeah.
What about you, Hans? What about one of your favorite YouTubers and why?
My favorite YouTuber of all time, apart from you guys, of course, you know, is Rick T. You know, he's absolutely awesome. You couldn't get a more down to earth bloke, and the knowledge that he's got, he don't do that. He'll just, anybody who's interested, from young or old, he'll give them as much knowledge as he, you know, as they want, you know, and he has. And from where we've come from, like in 4 years, to what we're doing now is unbelievable, and it is through him. I won't say everything's through him, through you guys as well. Like I say, you've all played your parts, but for bushcraft and things like that, which is what I enjoy. That's my main thing. Is more bushcrafted type of camps and stuff like that. Is Rick T. Yeah. Rick T Outdoor Adventure. Go and check him out, guys.
You can't beat people who actually know the stuff, can you? You can't.
Yeah,
there's nothing better than people that actually know what they're talking about. Not somebody who's blagging it.
It's great. It's great to know people again like yourselves who know stuff. Chris, excellent on mountains. Tony, tech guy. Anything that you want to know about photography. Tony, I'm always on phone and texting. Right, well, what's this do? What's that for? And Chris, mountains of experience, innit? And that's what it is. I feed off stuff like that, and I feed off people who know stuff. That I want to soak it all in and experience it myself. And I didn't have any type of bloody knowledge. As you know, I hadn't climbed a mountain until Chris took us up. And I certainly hadn't built any type of shelters and things like that before Rick come along. So yeah.
Nick, Nick, as I pronounce it the way you spelled it there, but he's mentioned Dragon Outdoors is excellent. Such a great
world guy.
Yeah, he is. But people have already discovered this. I noticed about a week and a half ago that he vanished from Instagram and he'd vanished from YouTube. And I've spoken to him. He started a new channel. I think it's called the Horror Channel, whatever. He's had a complete and utter change of mind. He still loves wild camping, but he's decided to. Apparently, his passion is horror movies and the horror genre and stuff like that. So I was a bit worried because I know what he does for his job and his career. I won't say, but it's pretty obvious. But I was just making sure he was all right, kind of thing. But he is, and he's completely he's gone. So Dragon Outdoors is no more. But he's doing this other channel, and his passion is horror, ghosts, the supernatural things that we're all sort of and he's going to incorporate that into his
bit more most haunted type things where he's going to
a little bit, yeah, but he's into his horror movies and the horror genres and all the bits and comics and stuff coming all that kind of stuff. But yeah, he's great. So I've exchanged a few messages with him, but he's okay if anyone's wondering. But
cheers,
he's a nice lad, Jamie.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Cheers, Chris.
Yeah. I'll just start a little bit of conversation here. Is anyone in the comments thinking about starting their own sort of YouTube channels and stuff like that? Because I get loads of questions saying, what tips and advice would you give me for starting a YouTube channel? What can I expect? What can I do? How can I boost my views? And obviously on the MCM Outdoors Facebook group, we have something called Follow Me Friday, where the last Friday of the month, we for just a 24-hour window, just so it doesn't end up as a notice board, the group, people can put their own personal links and stuff like that. But I'll answer last on this, but because I think it's quite a commitment if you really want to work at it. But what about you lads? What do you think? Maybe starting with Ants, then Tony. What do you think about if anyone new in those comments are thinking, I want to start my own channel? What do we need to do? What have we got to expect on the way?
If you want to start your own channel, don't pick, and I'm serious here, don't pick bushcraft. Nobody in the UK seems to be interested in bushcraft, apart from Mike. Everybody loves Mike, but bushcraft is very hard to get people to I don't know, to enjoy, follow. I don't know. But I like it. I enjoy doing it. At the end of the day, the main thing that I can tell you to do is basically enjoy it for yourselves. Don't do it for the views. Don't do it for thinking that you're gonna retire on it. Do it for yourselves. I started this channel for my kids, for Charlie who's doing it with us alongside us, and for Jake who's not, which is a real shame. But they've got it there to look back on. You know, this is what I used to do as a kid with my dad. Things like that. That's the main reason why I started the channel up. It has progressed, and I think, you know, I'm doing all right. I'm quite happy with where I am. And another plus point is the community. Community is absolutely bang on. You know, you'll not get a better community than Facebook. Bloody hellfire, Jesus! I don't even use it proper. Than YouTube, you'll not get a better community than that. Yeah. But don't. My main thing is don't think that you can end your job and it'll take off and be fantastic. Just enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah, good thoughts there, Hans. Really, good thoughts there, mate. Tony.
I'm the same. I think you need to do it for yourself. Do something that you enjoy doing. And then what's the worst that's going to happen? You know, you've recorded something you enjoy doing. If people watch it, great. If they don't, so what does it matter? What does it matter? You know, I enjoy the process of going out. I like wild camping. I like all the techie nerdy stuff. I like the cameras. I like messing about with video editing. The whole process I really, really enjoy. Yeah. So whether 100 people watch it, 1,000 people watch it, doesn't really matter. My life isn't going to change. I have no aspirations to become a full-time YouTuber. It does not make a great deal of difference.
Yeah.
And I echo Ant. It's the best thing about YouTube is the fact that I'm sitting here now chatting to you guys. That would never have ever happened if I hadn't started a channel. Yeah. The people that I've met, you know, the things that I now do things that otherwise I would never ever have dreamed of doing. You know, I would never have been, you know, hammock camping in the woods with you guys and Rick 3 or 4 years ago. That would never have happened. That's as a consequence of the YouTube videos.
Good bloody point. Yeah,
that's why I like doing it. You know, if I had aspirations to become a full-time YouTuber, then you've got a whole different set of stresses and concerns to worry about. I don't have those, so it doesn't really bother me. It's great. If the more people watch it, great. If they don't, it doesn't really matter. I've got a video there that I can watch in 20 years' time and remember whatever it is I was doing at that point in time. It's a win-win for me. There's no downside.
Yeah, for me,
you get a few people with a few trolley comments, and I quite like that as well. Bring it on. I quite like a bit of argy-bargy. I'll have that as well.
There's too much of your face in this.
Well, bring it on. Come on. Let's be having it.
Yeah, I mean, I have to sort of like echo what both of you have said there. The main sort of benefit for me is the community and the people that you've met who otherwise you would never have met. You know, obviously I met Ant and then Tony, Phil, Gary, Al Bushman, you know, Al Metalman, Tracy, Wonder Woman. Like there's so many people and if I haven't mentioned yet, it's for no other reason other than I've been drinking wine. That is a brilliant aspect because it's a community, isn't it? You know, it brings people together. Or, you know, the people that watch your videos have got something in common. Otherwise, they wouldn't be watching it. It'd be strange. Why would you be watching it? So it connects you with people and stuff. That's great. But I mean, sort of like similar to you guys in that, you know, I was thinking, well, and I watched Hayes Outdoors initially, and it was, I really like this. She's dead funny, makes me laugh, really entertaining. I thought, why don't I get a GoPro? Because I've been doing this since I was 14. So why don't I start filming it? So I did. And then, you know, the videos start out rubbish. I had like a rubbishy laptop. And, but I mean, you know, you think they're great, but you look back on them and you're like, oh my damn it, I can't believe I've made that live. But yeah, you kind of sort of like get more sort of au fait with it and get sort of better at it kind of thing. But you get used to talking to a camera, you know, you're looking into a lens. And for me, you know, most of the time I've been on my own for like the past sort of like many years in my life. So it's like talking to the cameras, like that's my kind of community. Like the YouTube is my kind of community and interaction and stuff like that. So, but I mean, I think a lot of people do underestimate how it can be brutal on you, can't it? You know, it can affect, for some people, your self-esteem. I would say you've got to be thick-skinned because it is brutal. You put yourself out there on YouTube, and this is the other side that people don't realize. You look at, you know, videos by, you know, all your favorite YouTubers. There's still a human being, isn't there, really, behind that, which you don't think. I don't want to get all sorts of like, but the amount of abuse that you get and like, no, you know, unconstructive criticism and like, I've seen too much of your face. You know, we laugh it off because we are thick-skinned, but there's people who it could really affect. And, you know, if you're making videos and, for example, you put your kids on it or your little ones because they're having a happy time, and all of a sudden you get a thumbs down and people saying, you know, critical comments. It's like, I'm going to, they're my children. Like, what are you talking about? But you've got to face it that the online world is brutal. If you're putting yourself out there, you're going to be subject to a lot of criticism. You've got to kind of deal with that because it comes with the territory kind of thing. So,
but to be honest, all the negative comments just make me feel better. To be honest, it makes me feel like I'm a far better person. Genuinely, you know, if you're the kind of person that can sit there on your keyboard, tapping away, criticizing whatever it is, that says more about you than it says about me.
Yeah, I mean, Phil Oakley there has mentioned in the comments, Paul Mesner was trolled a lot and made a video about it. I mean, yeah, I mean, it just happens because there's a lot of jealousy, isn't there? Because people say, well, I want 100,000+ YouTube, so why haven't I got what you've got? And they can sit behind their armchair and it's anonymous, isn't it? You know, I bet 99.9% of the people wouldn't walk up to you in a bar and say what they've said to you on a keyboard to your face.
No,
well, that's just kind of like that aspect of social media, which a lot of people who make YouTube videos have got to think about, because you've got to expect blatant abuse, like, but it comes with the territory, like, you know.
Yeah. But I think you need to. It's like going back to what Tony said about the 95% of the good things about stuff, and it's the 5% bad things. And it's true. It does play on your mind when you get bad comments or things like that, you know, and it does do. But I don't know. It shouldn't do, should it? Really?
Yeah. I mean, Joey's saying there in the comments, I think people should be allowed to criticize. That's what comments are for. I totally agree.
Yeah,
I think
but
everyone here totally agrees. Constructive criticism is fine.
I was going to say that.
Blatantly, like, giving you a load of like verbal abuse for how you speak, how you talk, where you're from, your appearance. That's different. Whatever, get on with it. It still doesn't bother me. I'm not bothered. But,
and what's it called?
Like, you know, constructive criticism is fine. But whatever. As I say, like, you know, we've got these hammer camps coming up, and we've had these woodland camps, and, you know, didn't we have a laugh in that one? You know, the last one a couple of months back in, you know, our local spot there where we had the sort of dual Dutch oven cooking going on, Ants, and how good was that? You know, and all that has been caused by YouTube, you know, and bringing people together.
It's like-minded people who you would probably pass in the street and you wouldn't have a clue. that's another thing.
Yeah.
You mentioned outdoors. There was a guy actually, and this is really weird. He'd come to my place of work doing a few tests on a few things, and where I'm working and things like that. So he's done his tests and he's talking. I said, like, what do you like doing type of thing? Oh, I like mountaineering and things like that. All right, I'm into bushcraft and wild camping. All right, have you heard of Wiltshire Man? And then you're off, and it's like, oh my god, and then you're talking about stuff that he's doing, and it leads on to, like, say, I don't know, anything, Simon a Bloke in the Woods, and yeah, I watch him, and it's absolutely ace, and that's through nothing, Obviously, he's never heard of me. I don't know why, but but no. Anyway, going to a comment. Actually, I've just saved this one from Sam. Do you guys do right? Here we go. Do you guys do camps that you don't film as a switch off, basically? So you switch off from filming. You don't want to do anything. You just camp.
Noble.
I do camps that I film and don't edit. I've done loads of them.
It's a good question. This.
To be fair, I do normally have a camera with me. To be fair.
Yeah. I'm the same. A lot of people do. Like they cannot be bothered to film and things like that. But my interest, and I'm sure it's the three of us here who will say the same. It's not just about camping as a hobby.
Yeah.
Camping bushcraft always comes with me as filmmaking, the editing process, and getting it up on YouTube. It's all a part of the package. It's fun, isn't it? Yeah. It's what keeps you going. It's what clears the mind, and you sat here on a keyboard, your mouse, you're doing your editing programs and things like that. Is as much as a release as doing the camping. Yeah. For me, anyway. I really enjoy doing the editing process, me.
Yeah, I've got to say I don't. The editing for me is a pain. It takes me forever. But
you love the editing, Tony.
Honestly,
Tony, when's it ready? Tony, is it ready yet? Tony,
I'm using my new technique. I'll be doing one this week. We'll see how that goes.
He's getting faster, guys. He is getting faster.
Yeah. He doesn't. It's not. It's not any faster at all. It's still exactly the same amount of time.
Yeah.
It takes me that long to edit them. That those jobs you put off because they take that long.
You're a perfectionist, Tony. You really are a perfectionist.
No.
A lot of people asking about editing there in the comments.
It is nice to get a quality. What is the point of just banging something out? You want something that looks nice. So
with my Wainwright, the Wainwright videos, I want to have.
It's for you.
I want to have every single one videoed, filmed, and I want them all to have the same sort of look. So I want them to look consistent. I want them to have, so they all look over time that they all have a very similar look to them.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, because it's mainly for your
it's a noble brand.
Yeah, I want to be able to sit down when I'm 80 and I can't go out anymore. And if I choose to go up Blencathra or Great Gable, I can put it on and I can watch it again.
But let's not get away from the reality. Like, if my channel ever got like big enough to earn a living off and you could give up the day job, I would far rather do that than go to work every day. And I'm sure like 90% of us would agree, wouldn't they? You imagine if you could earn a living off doing what you enjoy.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had a hobby and like someone say, you can earn a living off doing what you enjoy. A lot of people were just like, yeah, where do I sign up for that?
Yeah.
It's just like the dream, isn't it? Like, for example, Mesner, he said, like, I get to quit the day job. Like, and it's great, isn't it? That's, imagine earning a living by going camping.
I think it sounds like some sort of utopia, but I don't think it actually pans out like that, to be honest. I think what you end up doing is trading one set of stresses in for another. Imagine if your entire life depended on, I've got to hit this number of views. That video didn't do so well. My subscribers are going down. And if that's your only source of income, all of a sudden with likes of us, it doesn't really matter. What if it did? What if that's your source of income? I can't pay the electricity bill now because my subscribers have dropped because the videos I put out last few weeks aren't as popular the ones I put out the month before. I think you end up, it sounds great, doesn't it? But I think you just end up trading one set of stresses in for another one.
Well, I'm looking at Joe Robin and CA Outdoors, like, are living the dream, aren't they, really? I don't think they've got to such a level that they don't need to worry about that.
You're talking the difference between 100,000 subscribers and 2 million subscribers, aren't you?
No, but the thing is, Mike did TA Outdoors. He did a podcast with the guys, Ben and Ant at Bean Camping. If you guys go onto Instagram and type in Bean Camping, or I'll post it up anyway on my channel. It's the only podcast he's done, Mike, and he goes into a lot of detail as to what he still experiences now through YouTube. At 2 million subscribers, you think everything's hunky dory, but it's not. Go and have a listen to that. It's a really good podcast. And he does explain a few things, a few like worries and things like that, what you still would go through. Because at the end of the day, it must be weird to get up and think, right, my main priority now is to go out and make a film and promote it. That I got made redundant twice in my life, and both times I used to get up in the morning thinking, this is bad. What am I going to do now? And you wander downstairs and you clean the house top to bottom for, hours on end. And you think, right, what do I do now? You're wanting to keep yourself busy. So you can imagine if you've got a successful YouTube channel, you want to be out there and constantly filming, because that's your day's work. But I don't know. It's weird. It must be a weird feeling to be a full-time YouTuber. You know what I mean? Get up. Do you set your alarm at bloody 5:10 like me and get up and right, okay, I'm rocking now.
If you had enough subscribers, you don't have to do like one video a week.
Yeah, but what do you do in the meantime of that? You've got to. It's not just like one video a week. You've got to think, right, I've got to prep for this.
Yeah. It's what comes with it, mate. Is like, as people said, you get like sponsorships and like, do you want to be an ambassador for our brand, and we'll pay you to like wear our gear. It's not just ad revenue, is it?
Speaking of brands, let's get this brand up. Show me this brand. Chris has been he's been branded. Let's have a look at this new brand that you've got.
The brand?
Your Lone Explorer.
Have you got it sound?
Oh, no. Well, it's not a brand. It's a movement. Get yourself away from your mic, Ant. It's who's seen those? Let me just hide my hide my face. I'm trying to get to focus on.
There we go. Yeah.
There we go.
You got a pair of legs there, Chris.
Lost Explorers. So what this is, and the lads have had a bit of a laugh behind the scenes here, but I will give a serious sort of shout to them.
Oh, it is. Oh, seriously, it is a good idea. It is.
The idea behind this, it is just a piece of green rope or on a carabiner, which look at Noble's face, which you put onto your rucksack. The idea behind it, and if you look on Instagram, they're called Lost Explorers. And the idea behind it, I think it's nice. Otherwise, I wouldn't be saying it on my YouTube channel, on my platform. The idea behind it is if you are on your own and you're used to hiking solo and you're not going out with a partner or a group of people, and you might be thinking, well, I wouldn't mind having a chat to someone on the hill or meeting up with someone on a hike or, not just hiking solo. Clip that to your rucksack. And it's just a little bit of a symbolic thing, which says, if you've got that, that means that you're happy for other people to come and chat with you, tag along with you on the hike. And I think it's a good idea. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. But they're called Lost Explorers, and it's the green light.
Is it Lost Alone?
Lost Explorers, and click it onto your rucksack, and it just lets people know that you're okay with. Because you could be a miserable, grumpy old antisocial git like me, where you think, I don't want to speak to anyone. I'm coming out here with the peace and solitude, and that's it. But you could be on your own and think, I'd quite like to chat to people, but when you're on a hike, no one speaks to you, do you? Morning, bang. Yeah. Nice day, bang. Got that on your rucksack. Oh, are you okay? I can see you've got that. Talking point. Get chatting. Oh, do you fancy tagging a lot? And it is, because you're not going to say to people, do you want to hike the rest of the way with me? So it's a good idea. They're on Instagram. I'm going to I don't know. I've got it and I'm happy to spread the word about it, but I'm quite antisocial. If I clip that onto my rucksack, people might have to speak to me and spend the whole hike with me. But no, it's a great idea.
Listen, I've seen him. We come down when I first met him. We come down Red Screes, me and Charlie, and these two guys. It might even be in chat now, and they were coming up. Hiya, Chris, you all right? And it was just literally as though we knew him. He's not antisocial. He's a nice bloke and very approachable. But I seriously though, I do think we were having a laugh about it, as in taking the mick, as in the idea of it. But seriously, it's not a bad idea. It really isn't. I think if you put that to your, how many times do you go out thinking, flipping hey, do I really want to go and climb this mountain on my own, or do I want to go for a hike on my own? Why not? But then again, you've got something like that too. Hiya, you all right? And off you go. And it's literally like that, and you've got a friendship. How did we meet? Through a bloody YouTube channel.
Yeah, you basically kind of say,
same thing as
tag
that.
along with me, or I'm happy to speak to you.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice idea. I'm quite happy to spread what that means, because otherwise you'd be like, why has he got a green rope strapped to the rucksack? I see Noble still laughing away there like we're in school. Read the comments.
Read the comments.
It's a nice idea, and you'll see it in some of my upcoming videos. I'm happy to talk about it because it's good for those social people who want to chat and meet and extend their social circles.
So you guys who see him up on the fells, make sure you go over and say, right, you've got your green rope.
Get your strap on as well. And then
I want to freaking chat with you, Chris. No.
Only if it's on my rucksack. If not, don't speak to me.
Well, speak to him if you're going to offer him a beer in an inn close by. Yeah, that'll do.
Right. So, looking to wrap this one up, we've been on for 2 hours and 9 minutes almost. And I think, maybe finish by speaking about that Loch Shiel circuit again. I'm going to say a little bit about Valley and Peak Family, which I'm a part of. Tony, you can get a bit of an open mic session just to finish off your Peter Andre.
That's not happening.
I want to get close to you, but
that's not happening.
I'm going to go the Lou again. So, Ant, if you just want to maybe use this time again just to just speak about Rick's Just Giving page, maybe, and just
I just want
anyone you joining in, mate. I'll be back in.
I just want to promote Tony singing. Oh, come on.
But it's not happening, mate. So you can promote it to you in the face, pal. It ain't gonna happen.
So anyway, yeah, Loch Shield. We're doing a 5-day canoe event, and it's for the cause of cancer research this year. And there's going to be, I think there's going to be 11 of us now. I think there were 12, but one has unfortunately dropped out. So there is a place. If anybody's got a canoe in the chat and you want to join in a Loch Shield event, which is a 5-day canoe trip down Loch Shield, which was famously or made famous by the Highlander. Go and have a look at that video. It's an awesome video. And then we're going to go down the River Shield, which leads to the ocean. And then we're going to go round, basically out to sea, around the coast of Scotland, and then back in. And we're going to head down into the finish, which is a circuit of Loch Shield. And beautiful camping spots. We've got lots of scenery, mountain ranges. We've got old relic castles. We've got old relic churches and things like that. Islands to explore. It's going to be a really good trip. And yeah, if you could donate, literally £1. That's all we're asking for. I think that's a lowest point on the Just Giving page. If you can put £1 in there. I know it's hard times. Everybody, we know this. It's a bloody tough time. If you can, that would be great. If you can't put anything in, then if you could promote it, we would really appreciate it. The Just Giving page is in my videos on my channel, which is Ant Survived the Night. If you jump on there, you'll see any canoe video or any of my recent videos now up to date. I do mention it, and I have got a link to the Just Giving page. Cancer research, just get it in there. Everybody knows somebody who's had or experienced cancer throughout their lives, and yeah, it's a bit of a rough thing, in it. So yeah, Rick T, who's organised it, he won't mind me saying he's had cancer twice in his life, and he is that strong and committed. He's got through it, and he's out the other side, and he's good to go. So yeah, please donate if you want people like that to be still making videos. It's as serious as that. If you want people out there and you enjoy things that the people are doing, just stick £1 in. You never know, do you? That's me done.
I'm sure we can all share £1. Yeah, Tony.
What?
Have you got any? Have you got any final thoughts, mate? Any channels you want to plug, or any other sort of outdoor channels that you want to give a mention to? Anything? Are you a big fan of Mr. Homer? I would
mention, my mate Chris Monk, Blot Outdoors. That's always worth a watch. Phil, 96 Phil.
Are we going to ask Monkey whether his Instagram has been hacked?
What game? When we try?
It's in the comments there. What's going on?
I'm just glad I wasn't in Mosdale Bothy with him the other week, to be honest, man. I'm glad I dodged that bullet.
There's lots of finance offers in his Instagram stories at the moment. 19 crimes.
Yeah. Well, you invest £1,000, you get 20 grand back. It's mint.
Yeah. I'm just getting a loan now, so I can do it, mate. But
anyone else? Like I said, how many channels do you actually end up watching? I probably end up 10 maybe tops.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone's got any questions about camera equipment, filming, all the technical aspects that you might have,
excuse you, man.
Starting a YouTube, ask Tony. Follow Tony on Instagram. Look at his channel on YouTube. And if you want to know about the technical aspects, or what camera should I get, what lens should I get, what mic should I get, Ask this man, harass him. His DMs are open.
Cannon.
And get on to Tony. And, he knows everything there is to know about the technical aspects of filming. He's very modest.
He is modest. He is.
Yeah.
He's a joker. He's the joker of the group, but he's very good. He knows his stuff.
Tony's a boring accountant.
Yeah. So we've been speaking for like 2 hours and 15 minutes. Normally we finish with a spooky tale. It's like 10:15. It's 10:15 on a Saturday evening. So I mean, I'm quite happy to stay on a bit longer. I don't know about you. Or,
I'm here. I've got nothing else to go.
I mean, there's 49 people still watching. We've dropped down a bit there. I mean, there's no pressure. And obviously, if you've got to go, I don't mind. I haven't got a life. I just like sit in me body warmer and my hat, mate, and drink wine. That's what I do.
Slowing now, though, aren't we?
Yeah. So if anyone wants a spooky story, I'm sure Anne can find a background. But if anyone wants a spooky story,
let's get a background up. One sec.
I've got the book.
Oh,
and I can find something, but it'd be putting me on the spot. So if you want, to stay on, you're gonna have to tell us in the comments. And if you've liked this little bit of a 2 hour, something different from Strictly Come Dancing on a Saturday night, is that even on anymore? I don't know. Give it a thumbs up. Give this live stream a thumbs up, because this is counted when the video goes live. So if you want us to stay on, we'll stay on for a little bit. But if you want a ghost story, we'll stay on, and you want a spooky story, and I will find something. But that means Tony
I'm distinctly unconvinced.
Tony or Ant has got to talk about something for a filler while I find the story. So it's going to impact us all. What do you want us to do? Give us thumbs up in the comments. There's a lot of thumbs up here, lads. Benny,
there's not. There's so isn't.
There is a lot of thumbs up.
Benny, thumbs up. Belly, Ghost Story, Jane, Ghost Story, Jay Smith, Donna.
See, look
at it. Give a thumbs up if you want to stay on.
Ghost story. You've got to have a ghost story. It's night time. We're in winter. It's creepy. Come on, Tony.
You all want spooky. I'm just going to tell you as well. While Anne's finding a background, I'm going to give a mention to a little company. It's not a sales pitch, it's a fact. There's a company called Valley and Peak who I've got on board with, in terms of, you'll have seen, maybe if you follow me on Instagram, Valley and Peak Family, that term used. So they're a cracking company, family company, small company, but they offer excellent service, really sort of personalized, really fair and honest prices and honest business. Valley and Peak. And there's a guy called Sam Cully, who some of you might follow on Instagram. There's a guy who's been up in the comments earlier on tonight called Impala on Trail. He does all sorts of proper, serious, long distance trails. Cracking bloke called Mully and Vagrant Mark, who lives in Cornwall area. You will see, some of you might follow him on Instagram. There's all sorts of long distance hikes around the southwest of the UK. Someone called Rome with Lots, who does some cracking walks and adventures in the Peak Districts area. And Muddy Bootlaces, Becca, she's now on board with Valley and Peak. So we all come under the umbrella of Valley and Peak family. Now, there's not the term ambassadors or anything like that, but it's just they're a good company and a company that we're happy to get behind. And there will be occasions where there's sort of offers and discount codes. If you're buying gear, we would encourage you to buy from these smaller stores rather than these larger mega stores. And if you can take advantage of special offers, discounts, and sort of personalized advice and stuff, check out Valley and Peak, and check out those other people I've mentioned as well, because they're a great bunch. So what have we decided on? Stories. Yeah, stories. We're on stories, lads. Right, Ants. Yeah. Talk about something for a few minutes while I find a suitable, politically correct story. I'm not talking about boggets and women from behind stories that we had last night.
Yeah, cool. That's the best bit, isn't it?
I'm looking now, so get talking about something amongst yourselves.
We've got a what's it called there as well in private chat. You've got a bit of a background there for you to stick on whenever you're ready. I can't do it, but you can do it. So yeah, suitable story. Well,
can you reply to these comments?
I'll tell you what. I've got a story for you. It's nothing to do with wild camping, but while Chris is trying to find a book, right? There was a time way back in the 90s when I had long hair. Believe it or not, absolutely. Tony's laughing. I don't think he believes I had long hair. Anyway, so I had long hair and I was really thin and ripped. I looked absolutely bang on. So I used to wear a vest.
I used to look like Jason Statham.
Yeah? Yeah. I used to wear a vest in summer, like one of these white vests, and think I was really cool in the 90s. So anyway, I got to hearing that good old Luke Goss, out of Bros, he were doing a book signing, right, in Manchester. Yeah. So me and my mate, Mike's and Pricey, who Chris and Tony have heard about, we kind of went to Manchester doing this, trying to get basically his signature. We didn't buy his book because we were on dole at the time. So we had no money. We couldn't afford a book. So we thought, right, okay, let's get in there. We really love Bros. And we're gonna get Luke Goss's
You used to love Bros.
Yeah, I love him. They're absolutely awesome. Matt Goss, yes. What a singing voice. Stuff like that. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. So anyway, we get to this book signing, and the queue is like full of girls, and it's like ripped jeans galore, and like this bloody what was that thing that they had, the bottle tops on the shoes and stuff, grog bottles on the Doc Martens. They were all there. Anyway, we were there, height of summer, and we had our vests on and suntan oil, and we looked mint, longer, couldn't grow a beard at the time, no grey.
Two blokes in a queue of girls.
Three of us. So anyway, we gets up to the desk and Luke's there, and literally, I'm not joking, you guys, he was in denim jeans and he had a white vest on, just like me, yeah, and he had long blonde at the time. So like flipping out, we walks up there, and he stands up. He literally stands up out of his seat, yeah, and he looks at us three and he goes, "Looks like you guys are in a band." And we all goes, "Yeah, we are, Luke. We are. We're in a band." And he goes, "What do you play? What do you do?" And like, I kind of just started the guitar at the time, so I'm on guitar and vocals, and like Mike goes, "Yeah, I'm on drums." And then like Pricey goes, "Yeah, I'm on keyboards." He ain't got a clue. He's never played keyboards in his life, but he just made it up. Oh, wicked signatures. And that was it. That was my claim to fame. Bros, Luke Goss. Awesome.
Your claim to fame is that you're a Bros.
Brossette. I'm a Brossette. Nothing wrong with that. Don't diss it. It's successful.
Well,
yes,
boys,
there's certain things I always find in life and not vocalised, to be honest.
But that has given enough time for Chris to find a book about witches.
That's the only good thing about that.
How good is that? That has literally took you guys up to the time limit. There you go. Done.
It's just a little bit about the Pendle witches. And
go.
Should we talk about the Pendle witches? What do you reckon? Because we know it's true. Look at Noble's covering his mouth. He's going to start laughing already. Ant, you've normally got like a scary background on by now. What's going on?
No, I've put it on.
He was too busy scaring us with his Bros vest.
Yes, I put it in private chat. If you click on private chat, you'll see it.
It opens up a link in a new browser. So
I don't know how you do it. How did you do it?
Well, I don't know. You did it last time, mate. It was really good. How do we?
I think I was hosting it last time.
We can't sort of like win with this because really, if we speak about the Pendle Witches, people from this area will say, "Well, I know that story." Quite a lot of people know it, don't they? We could talk about our scariest real life stories in camping, like
I don't have any
real life scariest stories. That's nonsense, Tony.
I don't.
Stop being such a skeptic. So, what you reckon?
My scariest story is listening to Ant telling me about how he used to be in Bros. To be honest,
I wasn't in Ross. I just loved them.
I'm now worried about going out camping with Ant. That's...
When will I be famous?
Right? Can we not get a scary sound on? No, I was just going to read over this then. Pendle Witches. What do you reckon?
Seriously,
like the real history about what really happened. It's only a couple of paragraphs, not too bad.
Let's do it. A
couple of people want the Shadow Man story. Well, as people may know who watch my channel, indeed yours and Tony's, we live not too far, especially Tony, from Pendle Hill, and I'm fascinated by the area of Pendle Hill and the history. And it's not stories, it's fact. It's history about what took place. You know, it's not fake, the Pendle Witches. Oh, it's folklore. It is, in fact, documented, verifiable history. Women were executed because they were accused of and found guilty of being witches, and they were hung. And it's a real life event which took place. So a lot of people think, oh, the Pendle Witches, like, it's not to do with Halloween. No, it's real. It's what took place in that area. So there's sort of many theories out there, and yeah, but I'm fascinated by that area. What do you think about it, Ant? Like, it's got a real eerie feel, hasn't it? To be fair, and that's why it's sort of a favourite of mine.
Yeah, I took. God, I can go on, me. I need to curb it, but quick one. Yeah, I took my mum and dad up, and I was trying to find. And this is another story that actually involves Chris before I met him, and we were riding round. Me, my mum and dad, and Charlie in front, and I'm thinking, right, this what's it called? This nutter, this Alice Nutter. She's around here somewhere. She used to have a farmhouse or something. And I tell you what, I'm going to pull over. I'm going to text Chris. Chris, where is it? Where's this farmhouse? Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
I text him or I message him on Instagram or whatever it was. Where's this farmhouse? We're in Pendle now. Whereabouts is this farmhouse where I can go down? Right, it's here, but you can't go down it. It's a private lane. Do you remember?
Yes.
Yeah. And we literally parked up at the top of this private lane thinking, there it is. That's the house. That's where she lived. So, yeah, it's creepy.
Benny Matt there, the scariest sound Chris has is his boiler firing up.
It's what?
The scariest sound Chris is his boiler firing up. Oh, God. Right, that's it. I'll have no more jokes about my heating. Right. Here we go. I'm disappointed, but everyone in the comments, everyone that's watching, turn your lights down low.
Oh, God.
That's all you need to know.
Hang on a minute.
Turn your lights down low. So, in this book, which was kindly sent by a subscriber to the YouTube channel, Folklore, Myths, and Legends of Britain, you cannot get this anymore.
Looks like you've seam sealed that, Chris.
Oh,
have you seam sealed that?
Yes. I think I have, mate. I've got a bit of Silnet on it. I've done some operations on it to try and. But yeah, turn the lights off. So the Pendle Witches, and this is what this book says. I'm not looking at Tony because he's going to make me laugh. Tony is the resident skeptic. Did anyone used to watch Most Haunted? Because I love that. With Yvette, remember the old days with Yvette Fielding.
She's fit.
And Derek Acora. Tony, you know, I can imagine you're a big fan of that kind of thing. You've got the box sets.
Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Right. Anyway. I remember watching the Halloween live from Pendle Hill, and it was one of the most scary episodes I've ever seen. It was. Noble, get real. You need to do more wild camper, mate, round Pendle on your own. Anyway.
Come on, get into it, Tony. Come on, lad.
Storm over Pendle. Tony, if you can just sing Mysterious Girl quietly on the
I'll soon come up here.
In a spooky sort of tone, that'd be great. So on Thursday, August 20th, 1612, 3 generations of witches were marched through crowded streets of Lancaster and hanged before large crowds on a gallows about a mile outside the town. The parson's prayer that God should show them mercy must have made bitter hearing, for they were shown little in this world. Most pitiable, at least pities of the 10 witches, all but one, who came from Pendle Forest. And this is all fact. It happened. Was old Chattox, a crazy, half-blind beggar woman, withered, spent, and decrepit after 80 years of poverty.
What does spent mean?
Well, like worn out. Like me. Yeah. One of her contemporaries, Mother Demdike, also in her 80s, blind and a beggar, would have gone to the gallows too, besides her wild, squint-eyed daughter, Bessie, and 2 of her teenage grandchildren, had she not cheated the hangman by dying in Lancaster Castle jail. The incident that started the witch hunt happened 6 months before, on March the 18th. Alison, one of Mother Demdike's granddaughters, met a peddler called John Law while begging near Colne and asked him for some pins.
Oh,
Pins? Have you got some pins? Yeah.
Going in her eyes.
He refused to undo his pack, whereupon Alison cursed him. A few minutes later, he had a stroke.
Chris, what kind of pack was it? Burghouse or
Fjallraven Singy 48.
Okay, carry on.
A few minutes later, he had a stroke. Pseudonym.
You obviously saw the receipt.
That's what they call it in them days. A stroke in the woods. Stop it. You're ruining it.
That's what your new lanyard's for.
Yeah.
Oh God!
Stop it. You mute your mic. Mute your mic and get. I'm going to boot you off here, mate. I'm both he and Alison believe that her curse had caused it. He lived just long enough to testify against her at trial. By then, according to the clerk of the court, his head was drawn awry, his eyes and face deformed. That's what I'm going to look like tomorrow morning. His speech not well to be understood, his legs stark lame, and his body able to endure no travel. They are the exact notes by the local magistrates of that trial, and that is fact. That's what happened. So the next part was like the confessions which led to their indictment. So a fortnight after John Law's stroke,
He's off again.
Alison, her mother Bessie, and her half-wit brother James were questioned by the local magistrate Roger Nowell, and Alison readily confessed her responsibility. In chilling detail, she also described her own close acquaintance with witchcraft, as well as that of her family and friends. By the end of the day, both Mother Demdike and old Chattox stood accused as witches and murderers, and Bessie had been strip searched and shown to have a it's what it says. to have a super.
Right. Listen,
I'm not doing it.
up against that wall, get them off. Let's
Yeah.
just get them off.
This is what it says. She'd been stripped searched and shown to have a supernumerary nipple.
What's that? What's that?
A supernumerary nipple for suckling the devil.
What's that? Like a third one? Is that like a third one? What is that? Right, get up against the wall. What's that?
It's an extra nipple, yeah, for suckling the devil. So
Jesus,
basically, she's got a third. She's got a third.
Just for a week or 2 weeks.
But at the end of the day, all jokes aside, which is quite a lot, a supernumerary nipple.
What the hell's a supernumerary?
I am not reading from this book ever again. I'm sick of it. He does it every time. He's got this outdated language in. Right.
Listen, you've got a supernumerary nipple, and I want to know why you've got it.
For suckling the devil. So now anyone who says, "Oh, you know, got a third nipple," well, the devil's been on that for a bit of a latte at 2 in the morning. Do you want a hot or cold milk? Right.
Can I have oat milk?
Mate, I'm gonna lose like 1,000 subscribers here. I'm really sorry.
You might get 1,000.
Stop it. She's got a supernumerary nipple for suckling the devil. I'm not doing one of these stories again. Anyway, it continues. One of the mysteries of the hunt is the ease with which Noel secured confessions. By August, without using torture, he collected enough evidence to convict Demdike, Chattox, Bessie, Alison, James, and 6 others on extraordinary variety of charges.
Can I just ask, why would you torture somebody who's got 3 nipples?
Well, not if the devil's coming in for a bit of a bite on it. Like, you never know. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. These included the desecration of graves. So the charges, what they were charged with included.
Get Tony.
The desecration of graves. This is a real charge.
Okay. I'll be serious. Go on.
Communing with imps and the devil.
Communing with
imps. IMPS. Communing with imps. This was an actual on the charge sheet.
Imps.
Communing with imps and the devil. Plotting to blow up Lancaster Castle by magic.
No problem.
All jokes aside, could you imagine being charged with a criminal offence? You've plotted to blow up Buckingham Palace by magic.
You shall not pass
with your third nipple.
I have more of an issue with the imps, to be honest.
Yeah, and at least 16 murders. But you know, we're laughing about this. But if you go back to 1612, this happened to people. They were charged with these ridiculous crimes.
I'll tell you what, though. All bipping aside, seriously, if you had Gandalf on your side, you won't be up in the docks, would you?
Is he white or grey, mate?
White. He's got to be white, hasn't he? Yeah.
Mate, let me finish the story before I do irreparable damage to my YouTube channel. It may be that he knew
that ship sailed, mate.
It may be that he knew what he was looking for, and by the way he phrased his question, made sure that he found it.
He found what?
Third nip.
There it is.
Yeah. A suggestion. Yeah, a suggestion that is borne out by the fact that another of Demdike's granddaughters, 9-year-old Janet, was one of his chief witnesses. So basically, they turned a child against all them in this trial as a witness. So it's pretty tight what went on, really. or else the two old women may have been bent on settling an old feud between their families, which had begun more than 10 years earlier. And in trying to destroy one another, they destroyed themselves and their children too. It is also possible that the two families did practice a form of black magic and believed that it worked. And being simple, i.e., a bit thick, even by the standards of the 17th century, they may never have realized until the rope snapped tight around their necks how cruelly they could be punished by James I's new laws against witchcraft, even though their only real crime, if it can be called that, was poverty.
It's bad, that, isn't it? Love that book.
We're having a laugh about that. They got hung basically for nothing.
Yeah. You know, it's like
you have a third nipple, you're dead.
You imagine going through it at the time, but seriously though, like freaking, what is it, like 200 years? How many years?
1612.
It's a lot, isn't it? A lot of years. It's funny now, though, isn't it? It is
only counting on his fingers. 600 odd.
It is funny now, though, isn't it?
A third nipple.
It's pretty funny now. But yeah, at the time, I want to like to have been up in the gallows thinking, you know, literally, I've not got a third nipple. It is literally a birthmark, or, you know, I don't know.
You don't know, mate. What would James I have thought if he'd have seen it, mate?
I mean, what would you think if you got your two nipples there? What happens if you had something there, like a scar or something, with the same colour or roundness of a nipple? You know, you'd be up, wouldn't you? That'd be you. Yeah. That'd be you, Chris. You know, no more mountain climbing. You'd be strung up. Right.
And on that third nipple, we will probably leave the broadcast here. hopefully we have brought some humour to your Saturday night, because I'd rather watch this than Saturday night TV. So
Dex,
absolute nonsense. I would like to thank everyone who has watched, tuned in, and stuck with this. Anyone who stuck with it to the end, I've made a mental note, and I know you are. It is much appreciated. We do appreciate your support. I appreciate your support on MCM Outdoors. Ant and Tony do also on their channels too. Thank you for interacting. These live streams would be absolutely rubbish if it was just me, Ant, and Tony speaking to each other. So thank you very much for providing some interaction. Like I say, if anyone's still here who hasn't given it a thumbs up, please do hit that thumbs up button. Bushman and Blue said he left ages ago, but I know secretly he's been watching to the very end, and he still will be until I turn it off. So thanks. Hit that thumbs up button. And yeah, again, just recapping on what Anne said, Rick's canoe challenge, that is for a very, very worthy cause. And if you can just throw a quid in, that would be great. If you can spare any more, fine. But, you know, if everyone just stuck a quid in, that would be absolutely superb. As for me, Ant and Tony, yeah, we'll be out whenever we can. I have got some camps planned for next week in a DD sort of pyramid top. I've got some more ideas, and there's going to be another live stream with some other guests coming up the week after next. So thank you very much, everyone. I hope you've had a laugh, and it's been really good to have the opportunity to just interact with people as opposed to just writing back to a comment. So Ant and Tony, do you want to say anything before we go, mate?
No, I just thank you. Just recommend what you said. Thank you all for watching. It's been good. Good to speak to you all. Makes it all real, doesn't it? Makes it real.
Yeah, guys. No, seriously, it's been a laugh on it. I think it's pretty much been the best one yet. Yeah, we've had a right crack. So thank you so much for coming down and watching it.
Right,
and missing Ant and Deck.
Cheers, guys. Look out for that supernumerary nipple, and don't be conversing with the devil. And yeah, we'll see you on another video back to normal programming soon. Take care and see you on the next one.
Take it easy, guys.
You guys,
See you
thank you very
guys.
much.
Yeah.
See you later.
Oh man.